from Gravekeeper. It's midnight. It's always midnight. We're in Genshin Impact. Hang on. What's going on there? What? Why is she going up on that box? What? Get up on there. Hey. Where are you? We're playing Genshin Impact. We were doing... This is the second half of a two-part stream, really, today. Saturday. And we're doing Tignari's story quest, because we can't do the main Archon quest because Tignari's busy. Well, Catherine's busy. Someone's busy anyway. So we've got to do this. Is it the one in Azure? Or maybe it's not Tignari, maybe it's... So labelled ours as Tignari's story. Maybe it's not, maybe it's Ito. Hang on. Catherine's busy completing the start of contamination. This one. It's this one. I think it... Yeah, it is. It's this one. It's Tignari, yeah. Let's go. What's up, Cat? What you doing? Oh, Greenie.
Traveler, you've come at a good time.
Well...
Wait, this sounds like another commission.
It is as you say. The commission this time around is of high importance. It pertains to the safety of the Avidia Forest's inhabitants.
Go on then.
Huh? What happened?
Not long ago, we received word that a section of the Avidia Forest seems to have become contaminated.
Contaminated? You mean a new withering zone?
I don't know about the specifics, but I hear that strange things are happening to people who cross through that region. The Avidia Forest inhabitants won't leave their homes so easily. If we allow this contaminated region to expand, the consequences could be unimaginable. That's why I want to ask you to investigate the situation. Even if all you can do is stop the contamination from spreading, that will still save many people.
This is forest business. Maybe Tignari will know something. Let's go find him.
Okey-doke. Sounds like fun, actually. Sounds like there could be some action involved. Go to Pardis Dhyai. Isn't that where I want to go for my... No, it wants me to go to Pardis Dhyai, okay. And what I said was, the main story wanted me to go from Gandharaville and walk up this way. I don't want to see it. I left Pardis Dhyai off the map. I didn't uncover it. I didn't teleporter it. Teleporter? Hardly even know her. I didn't unlock it because I said I want to find it organically in the story. I want the story to introduce me to it. It looks like a cool place from a distance and from on the map. Little oasis, little place. Tignari's little outpost of academia. Let's go there and have a look. And let's do it the way the game developers, the way the geographical and... I'm not just talking about coding, I'm talking about geographical features, the lay of the land, the way you navigate through it and the way the pathways are laid. I know I'm here. These guys, that girl, talking about the dogs, yeah? Oh, collie. I thought you meant collie dogs. What's he give me? Give me some lotuses. Thanks, dude.
Time to act.
So where would I be going? I'd be going along this road, fording here at the river, and then following it up to Pardis Dhyai. I can see one of those Chuffing dendrograminum things up there. Don't know if I've done that one. I can never understand what I'm supposed to...
Body and mind.
I can never remember what it is that indicates whether I've done it or not, so... Let's go and tag it.
Leave it to me!
This is what I mean about walking through the environment. I'm sure the developers would have thought about these things. And, you know, if the person's going to walk this way... Where's the rest of them? I've already done it, maybe I've already
I'll
done
race
it.
you there!
Maybe I'm tripping. Right, I'm tripping. Anyway, we can keep Amber on because she's an adventure traveller. Outrider. Keep her and Amber out for a stroll. Oh. Who are they? Stuff. Joe's Choffers over there. I've already had their chest, I think. The path would see me ford the river over here. There's a cheeky fucking tiger up there. Better watch out. Could be waiting to pounce. There's now an hour over there. I hope I don't have to... Is this one of these Choffers that I have to deal with all the time? Not only have I got my own problems, I've got the problems of the... It's one flower and one fruit. Going away with you. You know, I've got problems to deal with my own problems, not let alone the bean men and their problems. Sunsetting in a carrot. Fair exchange is no robbery.
I'll race you there!
Oh, hello.
Don't blink! Spring forth! Incoming! Nowhere to hide. Speed of light.
Get myself distracted. And now there's a little event. Oh wait, I'll kill this thing first and then I'll do Evil Bears Its Fangs.
Don't blink! Scatter! Hey! Bet you can't keep... Speed of light!
Where'd you go, Chuffer?
No one escapes my sight!
No one escapes my sights.
Not so hard!
Supposed to be going at that Baron Bunny, you Chuffer.
Incoming!
I've already done my active stream for the day. This is the chill stream. I'm quite chilled, laid back now. Crocodiles. Paimon says they're going to fight and you've got to scare them away, but I just see this as flagrant animal abuse.
Cut to the chase! Don't blink!
But it's an event, you know, it's a little thing, gives me some primos. Well, no primos, but gives me some stuff, so I'll take it. But it's bad, it's not vegan. Oh, there's something up on there that's surrounded by... Is that a chest up there? And here's one of these things that I've got to play my songs at. So now that I know that I've got to play my songs at that, you see what you get when you walk the road instead of just teleporting. That's what the game wants you to do. They've designed it like that. What's up here? Cheeky chest.
Speed of light!
Don't you go falling off the edge though. Or me. Neither of us is go falling off the edge, alright? Well, that's me off the edge straight away. So that's that fucked. They're all trying to get off the edge to get to me. So that's it completely fucked. Might as well just accept that we're all off the edge.
Wheel of life. Incoming! Hey! Orders given. Orders received.
Stop doing that, you chuffer.
Speed of light! Get him!
Black, pink, venom. Get him, get him, get him.
With sword comes shadow. Rise.
for a chest, do you reckon? Or when I go up there, they will be resurrected. No pingers for me to get up there. Have to go the slow old traditional route. Traditional rock climbing. How we used to climb in days gone by. Right, there we go. Get me on that. Go on, get up there, you. Love it.
Not bad, as far as treasure is concerned.
And there was something else I saw along the way, didn't I? I said there's a chest up here, and there's a thing down here that I'm going to get as well. What was this? Play my song. Now that I know all about this, Cruel will be proud. I said I hate these and I ignore them when I walk past them, but now I've got to get into them. I've got to start enjoying them. What does it want from me? I don't know what's going to happen. Shit. I'm in here, look. Right. Will do. What do you want me to do? Just kill everything? Or am I supposed to fly up to those tingers? Wants me up here, does it? What do you want me to do? Just kill everything. There's a chest, obviously. I want the chest.
Incoming!
I don't know what... You know what?
No escape! Scatter!
What do you want me to do for the chest?
I'll race you there!
Oh, swimming. So that's no good. Yazahada pool. I mean, Yazahada pool. Is this a route to the underground?
Get him! Don't blink!
That pink venom. Get him, get him, get him.
Nowhere to hide. Incoming!
They're up in those rocks. It's annoying. They are hiding.
Propagate! Don't blink! Life goes on.
Can't even see what's going on. No, they're not dead. They are dead. Not chest worthy though, obviously. Oh, there's another one, cheeky. Look. What's this shit going on here?
Speed of light! Hey!
Hiding in the bushes. Is this intentional? I got myself stuck. Oh, thank God for that. Got out.
Go. Scatter! Spring forth!
Just leave that to kill it. I can't be arsed. Oh, there's a big chuffer. Right, I'm going to just get my stuff. Right, you big chuffer. Come on then. I'm not messing around in the water though. That's not going to help.
Don't blink!
I'm swimming now. Fuck. You're going to have to come over here, you chuffer. I'm not doing it over there. You're going to have to come over here. There's water down there as well. Come over here. Stop being a dickhead. I think it drowned. It drowned. So it didn't like the water either. That was the easiest fight ever, except I can't get my stuff. It's under the water, so that's annoying. But I have the chest.
Is this an answer from this world?
I managed to pick up something by jumping in. Come on. I'm so automatically doing my glider. I don't want to do my glider. Ah, I didn't nearly. It's my stuff, damn it. Got it. Lovely stuff. Right, I need to come out of here now. I don't know. Oh, ting pinger. Not that. Ting pinger. Ping me, ting me up. Right. I mean, this is fine, isn't it? There's nowhere else for me to go. It wants to sort of send me up there, but there's nothing to do up there, is there? So... Oh, what do you want me up here for? Walk up this branch? Nope. So, oh no. I'm gonna just go back. Good job, everyone. Now I know what to do when I see those fucking magic doors. They're not so bad. It's the playing of the song and fucking about that I'm not so enamoured with. I feel it's a bit of a Zelda rip-off. People said it was a bit like Zelda. Okay. Just getting on track. We're going down here through this little glade. Little piggins. Hello, you little piggin. Getting my boots wet, but because I'm on travel, I'm wearing proper boots, it's fine. Yazadaha pool, wasn't that where I was just a minute ago? I've already been here and collected this stuff up. Not a problem for me. Do I want to go down here? No, I don't. There's a tiger waiting to get me. And that's not where the road goes, is it? I think I want to go up here, don't I? Over that bridge. Yazda harder pool again. And I can't just leave them, can I? No, I can't just leave them. What are they up to?
Incoming! Cut to the chase!
Bad chuffers. Always you hilly silly billy hilly churls. Bad chuffing. Always with your chuffing around.
Let it rain!
Life goes on.
Propagate!
Everywhere I go, people always ask us, what are those hilly churls doing?
Incoming! Hey! Go, go!
There's some stuff down here, though. Who's now attacking me? It's this one mushroom. Don't know how this mushroom got involved. Oh, it was in the cooking pot. Although I'm informed that the hilly churls are learning basic tech. Oh, they're so ancient, aren't they, the hilly churls? So maybe they're unlearning or relearning some basic. Like, they're taking the bad things and melting them in the water, like using the elemental reaction of water to reduce them down to a less potent state. So they can then put them in barrels and things. And that's why you get those slimes in barrels. So you can play at that game. Over the bridge, all nice, all lovely. Our little walkies through Sumeru. We're encouraged to take the Tinger there, but there's a rose as well, isn't there? So which way are you going to go?
Bet you can't keep up with me!
And we are now approaching the gates of Pardis Dhyai. There's little piggins running around, look. What's going on over here, level 88?
Welcome!
Oh, you chuffers.
You are not welcome here.
She just said we were.
Incoming!
She just said welcome, welcome.
Nowhere
And then
to
he's
hide.
like, you're not welcome. Well, make your mind up, you dickhead.
Opening box of
The
the
Death
Death
Matrix.
Go.
Get him! Propagate!
Zata!
Scatter! No one escapes my sight! Don't blink!
Look at us messing you up.
I'm getting sick of this one.
Ooh, got bashed in the face there.
Incoming! Hey! With sword comes shadow.
Regret.
Fries.
Fries.
Ouch! Meanie! Don't blink!
That's you done, isn't it now? Come on. Thanks. Also, I did spot one of those cheeky... Didn't I spot a cheeky chuffer running around here as well? Wandering about down here. A bad chuffer. Pretty sure I saw a bad chuffer wandering around down there. Anyway. If I spot her again, I'll... There she is, come on. Since image, kill on sight.
Propagate! Get him!
Go.
Speed of light! This can hurt! Scatter!
Have you gone?
Getting a little cold!
Chuffer.
Spring forth! Propagate! No escape! Want to get a little closer?
Not having any of this messing about.
Don't blink! It hurts! Nowhere to hide.
Where have you gone? Just said I wasn't having any messing about. You must be right about then.
Go, go, fairy buddy! Not so hard! Incoming! Hit!
Life goes on.
Speed of light! Hey! Get him! Propagate! A little closer.
Ah, have a bit of that, you chuffer. And now we're going to embark on a lovely, pleasant journey to Pardis Dhyai. It sounds lovely anyway. Whatever the fuck it is. And it looks nice on the map and on it from a distance. What's going on over here? Hilly churls. That one's gone for a run. And it's going running.
Bet you can't keep up with me!
Oosh!
Ha! Cut to the chase! Incoming!
Orders given.
Orders received.
Wheel of light.
Scatter! No one escapes my sights! I'll race you there!
Yeah. Now, the running hilly churl.
Speed of light! Hey!
Where were you running, you chuffer? Oh, look, there's more over here. Having a little fight between themselves, look. What are they doing?
Hey! That's cheating!
Meanie.
Sword comes shadow! Incoming!
Come on.
Fries.
Don't blink! Hey!
Take that, you chuffer. Get out of it. You're gone, you're down, you're dead. You're chuffed in. You've been chuffed over. I need to come back up here with a bit of dendro though, don't I? And there's one down here though, dancing around. Oh god, do you know what happened is I'll go up here and it will say there's some sightings of some nascent withering and you've got to go and fuck it up, and I'll be like, I'll do that then. But then I'm supposed to be going in Pardis Dhyai, whatever it's called. Malon's Dice. Whatever it's called. So I knew it. There's one. Where's t'other? Hope they're not very far away from each other. There's one. Go and fuck them up. There's an Aranara. I'm not joining in, Paimon, and I've got to do this now. You can't set me 2 different tasks at once.
Speed of light. Cut to the chase.
Have it, you hilly chill choppers. Silly Billy hilly chills. Alright. I'll tell you what I'll do for you, Paimon. I'll mark that Aranara on the map.
That's everything. On to the next.
But I'm running out of map pins. And then I'm going to go and deal with this thing. Do you know what? I should be using my special fan. And then we're going to go to Pardis Dhyai. I've marked that on the map as well for some reason. There's a little food thing. And I said to myself, I'm vegan, so I'm not using it as food. I'm using it as something else. It might be an Aranara or a withering zone. I need to start tagging off some of my map tags. Right. You withering chuffers. You've got right on my nerves.
Let it
I've had enough. It's withering this and it's withering that with you. Just stop going on about fucking withering. Withering this and it's withering that.
Incoming. Hey,
Always, everybody's withering.
nowhere to hide. Get him.
Go.
Scatter. Don't blink.
Where'd he go? Why are you running away from me?
Speed of light. Germinate.
It's my favourite sign in the whole of the game.
Propagate. Cut to the chase. No escape. Incoming.
Wheel of Life. Opening box of Adepti-Trix.
Go, go, Baron! Don't blink! Nowhere to hide.
Nascent withering destroyed.
That's
Thanks
everything.
very much.
On to the next.
So now I don't get the experience of walking up on Pardis Dhyai as I would have done naturally because I've gone all the way over here. But I would have been walking up this road here, so let's fly back over there. Can I ping my way up, maybe? There's one up there. There's one up there. No? Savage. Well, I'm on one on my map here as well. What's this that I've marked anyway? Is this just a mark for nothing? That can go, can't it? Or was that the Aranara? And I'm stood on the fucking mark and I can't see anything, so it's not a good mark, whatever it is. Oh, it's the Aranara. Okay, I'll do the Aranara. Since I've done every fucking thing else, let's join in. Can't just sing it. I've got to get this out. And it's... It's like a fucking weird, creepy Zelda. It's like if Zelda had like an alternate universe where Zelda looks like that. And it's fucking creepy and weird. He had a little bow tie on. I don't approve. Apple and the Sunsetia for that. Drop the Sunsetia as well, so that's bruised. Right then, let's get up there. We go. This is what I was waiting for. Is chuffing mushrooms, look.
Incoming! Hey! Don't blink!
Rise.
Speed of light!
And I could do with all the fungus spores and all that, which seems a horrible thing to be carrying around in my bag with everything else, but set everything else off going mouldy. But could do with them. But right, here's what I wanted. I wanted Amber, or Kipper. Amber, we're up on Pardis Dhyai. Here's the teleporter right outside, but I want the experience of walking in for the first time in a long time in this game. Look, there's a viewpoint. It's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to walk up into... I'm not supposed to have found it by mistake some other point in my playthrough or run all the way to the top of the pyramid on day one of the discovery of the new area. I'm supposed to walk up on these places and experience them like the developers wanted. I'm doing it, look. It looks fucking remarkable. It reminds me of the Crystal Palace in London. You know, it looks botanical. Botanical Gardens in Birmingham, a lovely place that my grandparents used to take me when I was a kid. There it is in the daytime. Should have come here in the daytime. If I hadn't spent all that time messing around with those hilly churls. Still, my experience of it is in the evening, night time. But it looks cool. There's Nahidia or Catherine waiting for us. I don't know which. Can't tell from a distance. And it looks lush and lovely, doesn't it? It's like a botanical garden setup. Like she said, they're planting flowers for experiments. We did this like in the UK. It might be different in other countries, but in the I'm going to sound like a bit of a nationalist idiot here. But in the UK, what we did was we went around the world and we sort of conquered it all. Honestly, everywhere we went. This is all in the ancient history now, but everywhere we went, they took plants and fruit, vegetables, all sorts of things. You know, Christopher Columbus brought potatoes back from the New World, didn't he? That sort of business.
I feel like running.
Right, Amber, I'm talking. And they set up these, like, royal gardens. There's one at Kew, Royal Gardens of Kew. Like, places like this with a big greenhouse, trying to recreate the environments the plants that we brought back, whether they be palm trees or... It's not necessarily a good idea to plant any old species. They could become invasive, so they're careful about it. And it's for science, you know, for record keeping. Plants take a long time to grow, so we've got some really old plants there from way back in the time when people used to go and gather plants from around the world, new novel species. Thought Safi was going to come and tell us off then. She's going the other way now. New novel species, and it's still happening today. You know, people are still discovering things in the rainforest and taking little samples, growing things in laboratories and greenhouses. You can go to your local botanical gardens and you'll see a selection of plants there that from around the British Empire maybe that you might not see growing in people's gardens normally. These days it's a bit different, isn't it? These days you see palm trees and bamboo everywhere, but like back in the day it would have been like quite a novel thing to be able to go and walk around this hothouse climate and see these hothouse flowers. You know, in Victorian times and stuff like that, it would have literally been a symbol of the empire that had reached around the world. Places like India, rebuilt in the home country, the mother country of England, and Scotland and Ireland and Wales. United Kingdom. So that it's supposed to be exotic, this place, but it really reminds me of Birmingham. Let me show you. Birmingham Botanical Gardens, and I'd really like to show you from the 80s, really, but you know, see if I can. Flashback to the 80s. Oh, they're playing 80s songs right now. This is actually Birmingham in the 80s, but we're not going to see the exact place. But this is Birmingham. I just want to see this now because I've seen it on the list. What the fuck is this? Lizelles Road. Someone got shot down there recently.
For the riots in 1985 down.
How's the dealer just running into the Acapulco? Yes.
Oh. There's our first can of beer just been thrown at us.
The lad with the white hat, if he does that again, if he comes out here, he's going to be arrested. You pass it on to him. Just pass the message on.
Don't concentrate on me, man. Don't concentrate on me.
You throw things at police cars, you get arrested.
You don't concentrate on me because I'm not a drug seller.
You're all right, you're all right.
Telling you.
How are you?
What, baby?
You gonna lend me those sunglasses or what? You gonna lend me...
Interesting stuff. Not what I was looking for. I was looking for the Birmingham Botanical Gardens, so instead we'll have a look at the Birmingham Botanical Gardens. Just there's lots of people with their own videos of it. I'd like to see an aerial view, you know, an exterior view. Lots of people visiting it, so I'm sure we'll get lots of cameras walking around. Maybe I should do it like this. See the arboretums, the shapes of them, the glass houses. It's basically a big greenhouse, isn't it? Big conservatory. But when you rock up there and you're a kid, you're like, wow, like it looks huge. And Crystal Palace, see how it's got cacti? See how it's got exotic plants? And Crystal Palace in London, that's a big, big one. Big one. Victorian glass house. It was built for the World's Fair sort of thing, the Empire's Fair or some shit like that. Big glass house. I don't think it's botanical as such, but so that's where I'm getting my feelings from. I went round here when I was a kid. You know, I used to. My grandparents used to take me around the Birmingham Botanical Gardens when I was a kid. So yeah, so it's a bit of like all these plants are exotic. Like there's a banana leaf there I can see. Some ferns. This one coming up here is it's not a hosta, is it? I don't know the names of all the plants. But you know, they're more exotic plants, aren't they? There's some palms back there, you can see them. That's what I'm getting the vibe of from that. I mean, it's a bit more pointy. But it's interesting that, I mean, they probably do have them in it. You don't need to. Hang on, wait. I'm a bit confused. I need to find this out now. Does India have a botanical gardens? I mean, we have them in empiric country. Like we were an. I'm not me. I didn't do any of it. But Britain was an empire. So, like anywhere that we anywhere that, yeah, they definitely have them in India. Look, like, because anywhere that we ruled and sort of, you know, took our culture to. Oh, it's a tiny picture, but ended up with like examples of our culture like stamped over it. You know, you got railways and schools and hospitals and things. It wasn't all fucking horrific. But look, what I'm seeing here is that they're open at the sides. Because my question was going to be like, obviously the idea would be to build in a Victorian architectural style, but we don't need to have a greenhouse because it's India. It's an exotic climate, so you don't need the greenhouse bit, do you? Like. But they do have botanical gardens in India, built in a Victorian empiric style. A hangover from the empire. You know, one of the nice things that they decided to keep. But you don't need, like, in Genshin Impact here. I've just done that. What would be more appropriate is if in Mondstadt they'd built one of these. Because in Mondstadt it's cold and you need a greenhouse to keep all the plants in. Out here, you know, out here it's... I'm just going to avoid Catherine for a minute. Out here it's all tropical, so all your plants can just go outside, can't they? I like these big ponds. Big echo of leeway. Alright, Izad. He's having a little whizzle into the pond. Don't pick the flowers at the botanical gardens. Naughty. Who's this Chuffer? Furat, he's a merchant. You got anything for sale? Studying is a good thing. I can contact him for daily necessities. Keep that in mind. Thanks.
Scholars' lives seem to be pretty
He
relaxed.
gave me an emerald fragment. That's cheeky. That's nice. But I can't choose to... It's a shame he's a merchant, but I can't really interact with him on a mercantile level.
Champion of Mondstadt.
Maybe he'll unlock at another point after I've done some more of this story. Just having a little run around. Look, it's green over here, and then the colours are changing. Maybe it's night and day happening, I don't know, but the colours were changing and the green was changing.
Bet you can't keep up with
And again,
me.
don't know why the colours are changing like that. Pardis Dhyai. Dana, a student, having a right look out. What are you looking at? That tree, probably. I need them for my potions, not vegan, but... A little pathway down out here. I can pick the flowers outside, can't I? I'm going to have a look up here before we do the check-in with Catherine, because I just want to, you know, experience it myself. Looking for a chest under the stairs now. Everywhere I go. And an eremite mercenary. They're bad at keeping conversation going, it's so lame. No one will ever start a conversation. Where am I from? I'm from Mondstadt. Well, not really from Mondstadt. They say to stop talking. About the core of 30. They're the biggest group of eremites. They're called the core of 30. There's more of them. I know all this stuff. Yeah. Waste of time talking to you anyway. No one talks to you. It's reflective, look. Can't see in. You can a bit. They've got flowers in there. You can see in a bit, can't you, look? Or is that a reflection of these flowers? No, it's different in there. You can see in a bit. It's like thick glass. It's pretty cool. You can see in, look. Snuck round the back, look. No, I haven't. Now I have. Cheeky. Don't tell anyone, but we'll have a bit of this wood. Shit, I've done the plants as well. I've done all the plants. Karamfala wood, look. I bet there's all sorts of exotic woods here. Bright wood. That's not as much as I'm getting out of that. Don't tell anyone at the botanical gardens. We've been chopping the fucking trees down. Oh, don't walk on the glass. You can just wander in. Oh, it's nice in here, isn't it? The glass creates some sort of like shaded effect. It like reduces. It might build up heat because of the roof, but as long as you've got airflow, that actually might reduce the amount of UV. You know, that glass, mightn't it? It might be more chilled. I'm surprised there's no running water, no fountain or anything. Just a big old flower in the middle. I've just been trimming it. I've been trimming it. I've been keeping it tidy, if anything. Look at me wrecking the place. Chopping all the bushes down. Trimming them back. Don't need those. They need trimming back. No one can see the paradisias growing in the fucking... Kipper? Kipper? Naughty. Hide in there. Hide in there. And when Tignari comes in, jump out and scare him. Wah! There's Chemia. Just having a think. That's what research is like. You have to have a good think sometimes. Right then, let's go and see what Catherine... Stop chopping at the plants! Don't even make things in your teapot anyway, you can't be arsed with it. Go to, Here she is, look. She didn't expect me to walk up from behind her.
Wait! Look who it is!
Catherine, Nahidia. I don't know, I better say Catherine in case.
Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you.
Oh, it's Nahidia and the doctor. This is what we're doing. So wait, I only wanted to do this quest because she was busy and she said she'd meet me outside of... But now I've come here to do the Tignari shit. We're in the main story again. I'll have to change the name of the stream a bit later.
Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the moment.
Talking to stream, why is my stream offline? It's not offline. 1 2 check 1 2. It's not offline. 1 2 check 1 2. Yeah, it's fine. Right. Weird. Twitch there.
Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the Doctor has shown that his technology can apparently even control human minds.
But she's not a human, she's a robot.
Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up and I was facing the Doctor by myself.
Yellow, bright, shiny face. Is that the sun?
Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky. Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy. Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything. All I wanted was to clarify my point. Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened. Are those poor people all right? When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the Doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds. Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to fix.
Oh good, so I'm glad that you fixed it while we were away and we didn't get to see any cool animations.
Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me.
I get the feeling, like in writing these things, I get the feeling sometimes, like with that moment there, that could have been a full animation, could have enjoyed it. Maybe they didn't have the time. Like sometimes I wonder, even with the amount of budget and resources that they throw at this, like Gravekipper's knees here are still not rendered in properly pixelated. I've got quite a nice computer and we're plugged in at the wall. Like there should be no reason for her knees not to be pixelated like that. But there's a few moments where I think, certainly on the events as well, because it rolls around so quick and it moves so quick that even if you have a big team and lots of people working on it, how much can they get done in such a short... Animation takes a bit of time, doesn't it, these days? These days it's probably a bit quicker than I imagined, but you know, these things take time to produce. Maybe they wrote here in the script this scene, and maybe they decided not to animate it for some reason, but like, that would be lovely to watch that, wouldn't it? Doing the restorations, mine jumping away just as she was about to capture them. You know, that would have been a cool... It doesn't have to be long, but it would have been cool. I really enjoy those moments where we get to watch those things.
What a relief. The doctor sure pulled out some hidden cards, but good thing we had Nahida with us. I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards.
Alright, yeah, true.
Also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha.
That's a worry.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then how do we stop him? He's still at the academia, so it's possible he already started messing with the Akasha.
Apparently we need to hurry, but we've already broken this quest in half today because we had to wait for a...
It feels like he's toying with us. What a nasty piece of work. Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui.
Yeah, but there's no problem I can't fix with my sword. I mean, if you give us enough turns at it, you give me enough goes at it, and I'll figure out the right squad, and I'll get the right potion and food, and we'll do them.
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this problem. Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Pardis Dhyai? Have you been waiting for us? Yes, I have. I can see the traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced your destination by looking at the direction you were moving in. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any leads? We're looking for a scholar we know.
Oh, these are
His name is
woven
Tignari,
together.
And the sages once tried
Got
to
it.
reach out to him. Why don't you come inside with us and see what we can find?
Cool.
Okay, let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
Very cool. Hypatia. Met you before, right at the start. You were getting high in the woods on your own.
Traveler?
The voice! It's Hypatia!
What a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see the two of you again.
Who's this? She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the... what's it called? Satyavada life? Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here, hardly anyone has even talked to me.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the Avidia Forest means... you're not in training anymore? Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Paripurna life?
What do you think?
Yeah.
My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
Oh, Nadia is the divine. She's not happy with it.
You did it! Congratulations!
So something's going on here.
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others at long last. When my consciousness made contact with the gods. What a supreme and unparalleled experience that was.
She looks a bit weird then.
That sounds incredible!
Actually, we're here for Tignari.
Oh, all right. Actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten my promise to you.
I have.
Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained deeper insights.
Alright, yeah.
My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the consciousness of the divine.
All the posh chuffers around here seem to be wearing this thing around their neck, this blue... Like, that seems to be good, some sort of symbol thing. Get me one of those as well. I'll wear that when I'm around here.
You can do that? I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try, I'll do my best to protect your consciousness during the process.
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneal with me. This is still a crucial part of the ceremony.
We're using that incense again?
This doesn't sound right. Should we wait for Tignari? Because he seemed to know what was going on.
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you
This
establish
fucker was
a
nearly
pathway
dead in
to
the
connect
woods.
your consciousness.
She was nearly dead in the woods. We had to find her and save her. I wouldn't let her lead the party. What's going on?
Okay.
Ready?
Cabbage, mate.
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand.
What's going on?
The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never
yeah.
be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My
Who is
creator.
this?
My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded.
Child of a god.
The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me.
Dude.
Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounce the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis,
Oh, it's Hat Dude.
brimming with pure divinity.
He's an angry chuffer. Child of a god. Hat Dude. Right.
There is no need to fear.
Hat and shorts.
The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
I'm gonna kick his fucking head in.
What was that?
This is neither the Greater Lord's consciousness nor King Deshret's
Did we
consciousness.
actually just see the Balladier's memories?
The Balladeer.
Everything matches what we know about him.
He's a chuffer.
But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking about?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right?
Oh.
Such a majestic god! Such a noble will! Such sublime emotion!
Hypatia, we're gonna have to put you in a bit of a... Oh, Hypatia, she's really happy because she thinks she's sorted her fucking life out and done everything right, and instead she's been in a cave, nearly dead, and now she's lost her marbles to the wrong god. Right, Hypatia, love, come down here. You're gonna have to have a sit down and a cup of tea with us.
Alas, shame. If only...
We've got something to talk about.
If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart. Oh, great and merciful God, please grant me forgiveness and salvation.
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no Puripurna life, but rather...
Yeah, it's bad.
You, why are you so mean to me? Why is everyone hiding from me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
Well...
Hypatia?
That's
not
how
really.
I always thought everything should be. Wait, have I already lost my mind?
She's off.
Wait, something isn't right.
Do you think? Oh. Chuffers. Action sequence. I don't get to do the fighting, I get to watch it though. Can I have a bit of this? That's not my sword, I've got a better sword than that. Have a bit of this. It's only a robot body. use some skills, look. Who's this at the last moment? No. They killed Catherine. Oh, the consciousness is coming into mine, but that's okay because Catherine's a robot, so she can just be replaced, I guess. Now I've got God inside me. Or I'm inside God. Ooh, you chuffer. Look, he's got his own great big chuffing, mechanical chuffing thing. Hat boy. Hat and shorts. Now Tignari's having a run. Paimon's going. I'm not doing anything.
Okay, we finally lost him.
Oh, I'm having problems. Nearly didn't render in properly.
Are you okay, Nahida? Wait, no. Something feels different. You're back!
Oh, the Traveler's back?
What happened?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed.
Someone chopped Catherine up, man. That's hectic.
After that, Tignari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here.
Okay.
What? You swapped places? You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida's body?
Yep.
Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness?
So we can put that on my list. On my list of, you know how I'm a bit of a big cheese round here. I'm an honorary knight of Mondstadt, saviour of the City of Wind, conqueror of Divalin, tamer of the Great Beast. Also managed to sort out a bit of a big chuffing frosty wolf out there as well. Sorted that out. And then I was off to Liyue, wasn't I? And in Liyue I managed to become an honorary member of the Liyue Qixing, which not many people do. Had to destroy the Jade Chamber and rebuild the fucking thing. And during both of those capers, I became good friends with two of the Archons. Well, one of them's a retired Archon and the other one's half drunk all the time. But, you know, two of the Archons stuck them on my phone. You know, they're in my phone book, on my list, on my phone list. And then after that, it was over to Inazuma because there was a Vision Hunt decree going on. And ended up being captain of the Swordfish. It's not a big thing. It's just a little resistance group that ended up taking down the Shogunate and ending the Vision Hunt decree. So I had a nice little holes really, little hollybobs over there. Oh, during my hollybobs, I did also restore the Armagnac Reich as well. Yeah, just on the list of things that I'm, you know, getting up to. Oh, now we're going to have to add to that list. Don't quite know how to explain it. What would you call it? Like I've had God's power invested in me, and I've been invested with the power of God, I suppose you'd sort of say, wouldn't you? No, I occupied I occupied for a short while. So it's on my CV. I don't do it all the time. It's just on my CV, a little thing that I did. I occupied the earthly body of a god for a short while, just for a little bit, like an Airbnb. I'd rate it 4 stars. It was quite pleasant. I occupied the earthly body of a god, and then at the same moment, the earthly body of, like the earthly consciousness. It's not Earth. We're in Tevat. The Tevatian consciousness of the god incarnate lived through me, my body. Still on my CV. Still going on my CV. It was still my body. So that's going on my CV now. Pretty important chuffer, aren't I?
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology.
No?
Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. She said, "The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness. so I can't journey with you anymore. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies.
Oh no! Hida's trapped in the sanctuary of Surasthana for good this time.
Got it.
Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague.
So we're going to be smashing that tower then, aren't we? We can't let the doctor figure out what we're up to. What she basically saying though, if if we all...
Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing. She's being extra careful.
But if we all kick off at the same time, shower of
Even in a
starlight.
moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies.
It's not that cryptic, is it?
Huh. Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from the alchemical divination at the Sub-Zero's festival.
Oh, right, I can't remember that.
Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria.
Right. The moon is Nahida.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. Do you think Nahida was telling us to go find help in the desert?
Whatever you say, Paimon.
But she isn't with us anymore. Think we'll be okay?
I get it now, right?
You said Sanctuary of Surasthana. Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who was occupying the traveler's body, is the Dendro Archon?
Your guess is correct, but the
Paimon, let it
situation's a
slip.
bit complicated, so it's really hard for us to explain right now.
Paimon,
That's
let it
all
slip.
right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed that for myself. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side, so I trust you.
Thank you, Tignari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that project, the sages were always secretive about its scope and goals, so I eventually declined. All I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
I've just received some new intel.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body?
The Academia is turning the Balladeer into a god.
What?
Do you have any evidence?
I saw a nascent god under construction. Hypatia also showed us a so-called divine consciousness. So he was in that thing and he was like being filled with energy.
So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being born.
Tignari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Pardis Dhyai and began searching for a way to return her to her normal self. If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile at Aru village. Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting their invitation. The Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad time.
Or a good time, depending on
From
how you
your
look at it.
description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may still be room for us to intervene. But then, what is the connection between creating a new god and restoring Irminsul?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the sage's goals.
We've got to head to the desert.
Right. We've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tignari? What are you going to do?
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Rabat.
Been there.
That'll be your fastest route. Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go with you.
Thanks, Tignari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're off then.
Because, of course, unlike what we did today where I walked up on this new environment for the first time as part of the quest, as I was instructed to, I've already been everywhere in the desert. Look, it's off there in the distance, ominously sucking in whatever it's sucking off from the sky. And it wants me to head out to the desert. And this is supposed to be the journey of discovery now, but I've already done all the discovery. I like to do it that way around anyway. This is still annoying me over here. Is there a way into that place? Like this area? Is there a way in here for me? When I try and go there, Paimon says we're not to go there because, you know, it's not open yet. Maybe we're better off coming back another time, she says. I feel like I should have done it in a quest. I was a bit surprised we've not been sent out there now. I thought that was going to be the desert, just a little chunk like that, but they've done a whole desert. Aren't they good to us? Can I open this with my magic songs now? What I go on? I'm not allowed in there. Don't know why, can't quite figure it out. Just is what it is, isn't it? Off the caravan ribat then. I'm not going to do the whole run across the map. I'm just going to teleport myself there. Let me see what our quests are up to. I'm now doing the 4 at Loggerheads, which is an Archon quest now. The story quest, Tignari, is still going on. Contaminated region of sorts from Catherine. Maybe that's that. The contaminated region. But that's on the back burner now for the Archon quest. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. But then I said I was doing this episode, I said I'm doing Tignari, so maybe I should switch out to Tignari. Just because episodically it'll be titled correctly. How is he talking to Catherine? Isn't she dead? I suppose they're just going to replace Catherine. No one's going to... Oh, no. I wonder if anyone's going to explain, like, what's going on with Catherine.
May knowledge guide you.
As far as we just found out, she got cut in half, didn't she? I feel like this is the right order for me to be doing this in.
This is where you've been, Tignari? That's...
Shh! Keep your voice down.
Tignari, everything's spinning. Am I going to die?
Oh, a little chipper.
Tell Mom that I should have listened to her. And tell Suna that I'm sorry for breaking her toy. I didn't tell her because I was scared that she wouldn't play with me anymore. Tignari, I heard that people turn into birds after they die. Is that true? I feel like I'm getting lighter.
What happened?
Okay, enough nonsense. You just have a small fever. Take your medication and rest. You'll be bouncing off the walls in no time.
Really? Then, can you keep the thing about the toy a secret for now?
No can do. You're a big kid now. Once you've recovered, go and apologize. Keeping secrets to yourself won't solve anything.
Oh.
Hey, let me ask you something. I recall that you're usually pretty healthy. How did you get this sick all of a sudden?
I don't know either. Mom's been telling me not to play in the forest. I just wanted to look inside.
He's been messing about with those bean men and they made him sick.
It's different from before. I got lost and went around in a huge circle. After I got out, I started feeling dizzy.
Could it be?
The contaminated region?
So that's how this whole mess happened. Anyway, go rest. No running around until I say so, got it? Traveler, Paimon, let's step out for now.
We leave the room with Tignari.
Mr. Forest Watcher, how is my son?
His name's Tignari, you chuffer.
I gave him some antipyretics. Let him rest here for a while. I told him that he would feel better after some medicine and rest, but I only said that to comfort him. His symptoms resemble a fever, but something else is causing them. They seem more akin to a disruption in his psyche. Antipyretics won't be of much use.
What do we do? Mr. Forest Watcher, you have to help him.
If only mental disorder was as simple as going to defeat the
If memory
contaminated
serves,
region.
a plant called Vasanti grass can help
eat
soothe
Vasanti
the
grass.
mind. A small number grow in arid deserts. They're expensive and unable to grow in the Avidya forest's climate. I'll ask the caravans. Go find Kale, have...
All right.
Got it, yeah. We need to get some of this grass.
Contaminated region, huh?
We're going to do
Is
the
that why you
contaminated
two are
region.
also here?
Yep.
Doesn't seem like one. Whether you look at scale, internal conditions, or resultant effects, they're completely different.
Oh, it's different from withering.
The only thing they have in common is that they aren't welcome.
Okay.
We feel the same way.
All right. Let's contact the caravans first and purchase some Vasanti grass. We can also ask about the contaminated region. There's no time to waste.
To the desert. Team. Oh no. To Sumeru City. Just outside Sumeru. just outside Sumeru City, team. Instead. Just up here. This chuffer's staring down at the floor, look.
Excuse me. I'd like to purchase some Vasanti grass. Do you have any?
I'm sorry, Mr. Forest Watcher, but
name's
we've been
Tignari.
closed for the past few days.
Closed? Now that's odd. It's my first time hearing you say something like that.
Is that why he was turning around looking at the floor? That indicates that he's closed.
It's a long story.
Still has to go
Some
and-
of our goods were stolen recently.
He has to go to the office and turn up, but because he's closed, he just turns his back and looks at the floor. No, merchant closed.
They were mechanical parts that we got from the academia. Our caravans had to pool together Mora to afford those parts. All the merchants talked it over and...
I don't get it. If these goods are so important, then why not think of a way to get them back? Raising prices won't solve anything.
Mr. Forest Watcher, it's not that we don't want to. It's just the thief disappeared into the deepest parts of the forest.
And hello?
We asked around, and apparently the forest has been very unusual as of late. We can't keep waiting out here for the thief to come out.
So the bandit hid in the contaminated region after stealing those mechanical parts. How many people were there in total?
That crook came from the contaminated region. As for how many, there weren't any people.
No people?
But hilly chills.
Even if I tell you, you might not believe me. Fine. The thief that stole our parts was a huge mechanical crab.
Like in Mario Party then. Huge mechanical crab.
What the heck? The Avidya forest has creatures like that?
No, Paimon.
To be honest, I'd rather not think about it. It moved too skillfully to be new at this. It came out of nowhere. Before we could react, it swiped our goods and ran away. We were all shocked. By the time we came to our senses, the thief was already long gone.
I see.
Oh, but not only that, but
I don't want to hear any more. I just want to
maybe
get down
if
there
you're interested.
and bash up this crab. I suppose it fits, doesn't it? Because we've got Mr. Cyclops, then we've got Flying Mr. Cyclops, and then we've got Dinosaur Mr. Cyclops. What are we doing here? Gathering information.
That
crab was
mechanical
Cyclops.
crab is fast, strong, and a pain to deal with.
Fair enough.
10 of us might not even be able. Didn't the academia ban research on mechanical life forms years ago? Our salaries even got slashed because of it.
Oh, he's cross about the mechanical crab. I got it. I'm going to ask 3 more chuffers about how bad the mechanical crab is.
After the goods were stolen, I made multiple inquiries with nearby caravans and residents. It turns out that many others have also been robbed by that crooked crab. However, the crab only seems to be interested in machinery. The caravan carrying a large amount of more had an uneventful trip. Whatever the case, that thing is a scourge.
It wants machinery. Self-building crab. Who's next on my list of people to talk to? This fucker right over here.
I heard from the caravanners that there have been a lot of robberies lately, but we haven't been affected.
Right, thanks, bye.
We don't normally see the mechanical crab, and it doesn't disturb our daily lives.
Okay.
It only shows up when the caravans are here.
You haven't tried capturing it?
We have, but it's too... However,
too fast.
did unexpectedly learn something the last time we tried to capture it.
Yeah?
It apparently lives in the deepest part of the forest.
We know that already.
So instead of immediately moving its spoils, it first hides them nearby.
All right.
Once its stash grows large enough, it moves everything in one go.
So actually, what we want to do is allow the mechanical crab to live, right, and do whatever it wants, and then periodically we'll just go and steal its stash. Right, it'll gather things from other caravans, all sorts of mechanical things. Then we're just going to take the stash. We don't have to deal with the crab at all. Discuss what we want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to just go and raid the stash. Like, leave the crab going, and then every 2 weeks we're going. You know, it'll refill the stash. We'll just go and raid the stash.
How are things?
We learned of its behaviors. Assuming normal operation, if I were its owner, I'd command it to steal more valuable things. Or the mora you made. But it only goes after mechanical components.
It's making more crabs.
So, you all found a way to retrieve our goods?
Do you have any more mechanical parts with you?
Yes, I still have a small bag of samples. Oh, are you planning to...
Lure the crab out.
Under constant external conditions, organisms rarely initiate changes in their habits. Here's what we know so far. It has a mechanical composition, it lives in the contaminated region, and it comes out to steal mechanical components.
I get it.
If we have said components, we can...
all right.
You're right. We don't have any other options right now. This bag of samples is all yours, Mr. Forest Watcher. If you can get our goods...
We don't need anything in return, but we'll also need to...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're going to take a
I'll have,
centipede.
once it appears, capture it. I leave the timing to you.
What do you mean, capture it?
Don't worry, we're professionals.
What are you on about? Capture it? Don't we have to kill it? Hope I'm not going to have to use my Omni Ubiquity net. I'd rather just kick its head in. Let's see. People have been getting robbed by a giant crab, so... This is what it's like on Genshin Impact sometimes. You go up to talk to the Forest Watcher who's got a sick child that he's taking care of, and you find out the sick child has been going into a contaminated region, and also in the contaminated region is a giant mechanical crab that comes out to rob people. And now, on the behalf of the people that have been robbed, we're going to lure out a giant mechanical crab.
Region's current perimeter, the goods were likely stolen somewhere around here.
Good one, Dr. Tignari. Fucking Inspector Tignari worked that out. They fucking told you where it was.
Then let's get to it. We'll definitely capture that criminal crab.
You're feisty for this crab time one. Wait till you see the fucker. It's going to be giant.
Okay. We'll start from here and have the Sumpter Beast with the components on board lead the way. This Sumpter Beast isn't familiar with us yet, so be calm and take your time with it.
I'm sure it's well eggy because we kill fucking loads and we can smell death on us.
The Sumpter Beast went ahead. Let's keep up with it.
I am doing Paimon. I'm right here.
Why'd it stop?
Looks like it's loafing around. Or maybe it's hungry. The caravanners grew disheartened after their goods were stolen. So
All right, it's moving again.
It's actually running now. This will make you feel bad about killing the Sumpter Beasts, won't it? If you didn't before. Oh, is that it? Mechanical crab. Get off. I thought it was going to be like a giant fucking... This is just a little one. There's going to be a big one.
Did you hear something?
Because I'm not just fighting that.
Ah! Is that the mechanical crab the caravan was talking about? It's charging straight at us!
It looks strong. Be careful.
I mean, we kill these for breakfast. This is it. I thought it was going to be a great big one like in Mario Party.
Spring forward! Cut to the chase! Don't blink! Hey!
This will be done in seconds.
Scatter!
Life goes on.
Speed of light!
Mechanical crab.
Don't blink!
Smashed it to bits, mate.
Just try to escape this time, you naughty caravan robbing crab! Hey, playing dumb won't save you. Spill it! Why are you stealing so many mechanical parts?
You can't interrogate a broken crab.
It doesn't seem capable of comprehending complex questions. Keep an eye on it. I'll search around the area for the caravan's goods.
Alright, I'll stay here and keep an eye on the crab then. Fucking hell. It's not like I'm useful, is it?
I don't know why you're stealing mechanical parts, but they don't belong to you. Stolen items must be returned to their rightful owners.
Why are we reasoning with the mechanical
Any
crab?
objections?
It looks sad, it says. We're not anthropomorphizing this fucking crab. Mechanical crab. I kill these things. Killed loads of them. Now you make me feel bad.
You came from the depths of
They've
the
got thoughts and
contaminated
minds.
region, right?
I mean, if the artificial
How
intelligent
about you
overlords
help
is
us with
watching,
something?
obviously I don't kill them in real life, just in the game, as part of this game, and I'm questioning it, so I'm a good human. Do me right.
If you take us there, I'll give you some mechanical parts as a reward.
Go on then, crab lair. Go for it. And there'll be a big crab down there, a bigger one.
We can't be certain yet.
Okay, so you want the crab to lead us into the contaminated region?
That's right. The contaminated region has a large and currently expanding perimeter. If we charge straight in, we'll get lost like headless pigeons. I've been studying this contaminated region recently.
Okay, we've got to have a guide, I get
It
it.
doesn't have to.
Come on.
I gave it some components that it will definitely
sorted
take
it
back
for
to
us.
the contaminated region. So long as it doesn't attack us, we can simply follow along.
It's the same as the Sumpter Beast.
It seems to...
Listen to me. We'll be back soon. I'm not sure.
And she's
but our
asking if it
priorities are to
understands
retreat.
us,
We
like,
should
is it
return.
sentient? But that's not really a question at the moment, is it? The question at the moment is, can we just follow this crab? What's this floating thing here? Give the mechanical components back to the merchant. What? What are you on about? I thought we were going to go into the crab lair. Give the mechanical component. What about this? It doesn't intend to run away. Ridiculous.
Oh! These are the mechanical parts that were stolen! You really got them back for us! Thank you. Don't worry about the price. They're on the house.
2 is enough.
No, that won't do.
No need.
We'd like
Reward?
more.
You mean that bag of mechanical parts?
But those parts are very useful to me. Just like the Vasanti grass, I retrieved the things you needed, and you gave me what I needed in return. We're even.
All right.
Oh, and before we go, just a reminder, the forest has an intricate and biodiverse ecosystem. Even if there were no mechanical crabs, other dangers are still present. Take caution on this route.
Meaningless.
Noted. Thank you all
Let's return to the village. The earlier...
So now we're going to go and give the child the medicine. I mean, what? What about my mechanical crabs? Fine. This is story mode after all. You know, we'll do it this way. Heal the sick child. And then go and deal with the cool bit.
Oh! Hi there, Traveler and Paimon.
Hi there, Collie.
Master, I prepared the pharmaceutical equipment. Do you need me to help grind the medicine?
Is that what you say? Is that your little... Do you want to go and grind the medicine?
No need. A precise dosage is required this time, so I'll do it myself.
Okay, you boring bastard.
Oh. Okay.
But once I'm done, you can deliver the medication to the child.
Getting weird.
He gets a little nervous when I'm around for too long. I don't think he finds me very approachable. I'll go prepare the medication. Traveler, give me a hand.
Oh, Traveller. He's going to give him a hand. I see. We're grinding the medicine. Collie's just going to third wheel it.
Doing any better? I feel like he's doing a lot better. And his temperature is returning to normal. That's wonderful! Oh yeah. He asked me to tell you that Suna came by earlier. And he told her everything about the toy. Suna didn't get mad, so he wanted to thank you.
It's nothing. Did you prepare the traveling gear I asked you to?
Of course I did. Are you going somewhere far away?
Sort of.
Yes, we're going to the contaminated region. Judging by its size, we will likely have to stay overnight. I'm leaving everything to you while I'm gone.
Huh? But I can't even begin to compare to you.
Many things are learned by doing. Deal with problems as you yourself see fit.
That's right. You'll do great, Kale. All right. Then I'll do my best. Master, Traveler, Paimon, take care of yourselves.
We'll be all right. You put too much confidence in me. Let's return and find that crab.
Let's return and find that crab. Look for the mechanical crab. What the fuck are we doing?
We're here. This should be...
Oh, it didn't run off.
When did it secretly scuttle away?
The traps weren't triggered, so it should still be here.
Oh, it's there, look. It's right there. How did you miss that?
You honored our... As such, glad you're sad. I want to see what...
Right, set off for the contaminated region.
Stay close.
So this is the contaminated region that everyone's been talking about. Oh, it definitely looks different from normal. It's like really creepy and suffocating.
I can't tell any difference.
Do you feel unwell at all?
Fine.
Good. It's as I predicted. Elemental power confers a degree of resistance against...
Okay,
How do you know that?
I haven't entered the contaminated region for a
Even the
proper
crab's fed up
investigation.
waiting.
But I've conducted quite a few controlled experiments. My observations during our time here have all but confirmed my hypothesis. Look at these flowers. How are they different from normal?
They've got bright lights.
This flower species is formally known as the Sumeru rose, but it is also known as the ley line lodestar. They're sensitive to ley lines and emit varying amounts of light in response. Excessive brightness indicates a dangerous level of ley line activity in the surrounding area. From the looks of things, the ley lines around here are already out of control.
You're saying the contamination here is coming from ley lines?
I can't confirm that right now, but I think that is the case. Let's take another look around and see if we can discover more clues.
From what I know about real life, ley lines were like way back before we had good navigation. Oh, okay, we'll do this.
You know, we haven't seen any animals this entire time. The birds used to chirp really loudly, and there were a lot of foxes.
This contaminated region currently appears to have a critical efflux of ley line energy. Some animals have keen awareness.
Leaky ley lines sure can cause a lot of damage, huh?
Like how plants have preferred growth conditions, we also grant
Okay, I get it.
climate
It's bad.
this equilibrium. If normal fluctuations in temperature occur, then our bodies automatically adjust. However, the average person cannot adapt to changes in ley line energy, and so they fall ill.
I get it.
Then why are we okay?
I'm not
'Cause we're
sure
super.
why. Of course, it's not a good idea to
Can
spend
we
too
just get
much
on with
time
it?
in areas with concentrated ley line energy. The only one who can freely traverse this place is probably the mechanical crab. That's about it for the investigation. Help me find an open space. I want to test something.
Install a purification device. And I can't see anything wrong with this area anyway.
Environment, no wind. Target parameters, normal. Setup complete. Excellent. Looks like it's working.
What's this?
A
Purification
purification device that I made.
What a neat...
I wouldn't mind the purification if we want to permanently eradicate the... That's right.
We've got to go to the heart of the thing.
Huh? The mechanical crab is acting a little strange.
Something's approaching.
Cool, let's kill it. Whatever it is. Oh, crocodiles.
So that's it. Now that the ley line energy has stabilized, the monsters that had left are starting to return.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Get rid of them quickly. Don't let them get close to the purification device.
Okay, protect the purification device I've got here. Even if it means killing animals. Alright, they're fucking getting ready straight away. You're allowed to kill them if they try and attack me.
Guys.
Nowhere to hide.
Whew. That's all of them.
More crabs.
Hey! Where are you? Wait for us! Let's hurry and keep up.
It's really weird them saying hurry while I've had to sit through all of that fucking talking so I can get on with it.
That way! Let's keep up.
He's shouting help. It's like playing Red Dead Redemption. There's a dude
Propagate! We shall prevail!
Don't blink.
Flee!
Cut to the chase. Incoming. Sacred name, fortune preserver, wheel of life.
Pin them down!
Speed of light. Hey! Scatter!
Tui!
Incoming. With sword comes shadow.
a bit. Back to this.
Spare me. Please spare me.
Hey, are you okay?
Obviously he's not Paimon, is he? Silly question.
These injuries are superficial. Don't move, I'll patch you up.
Get him out of the zone.
Who are you all? What happened to those mechanical monsters?
Don't worry, we took care of them.
Oh, good.
He's going to be scared by this one, but it's our one.
It's a monster! Hurry, attack it!
How do we explain this? Krabby here isn't a bad guy. It heard you shouting for help and brought us here to rescue you.
It's faking it. It has to be. Do you know what's inside the forest? It's all crawling with mechanical freaks. I just came here to pick herbs, but I accidentally went into the contaminated region and almost died.
Bad times. Get rid of him.
I gotta get out of here. Ah, yes. Yes. I have to escape.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Get rid of you, mate.
These mechanical life forms are up to no good. No wonder the academia wanted to completely ban the existence of mechanical life forms.
His inarticulate speech and bodily tremors indicate psyche disruption. He's been inside the contaminated region for too long. We've purified the ley line energy over there. Follow this path out and you'll soon see the village.
But isn't he going to be sick like that boy and need that grass?
At that point, someone will bring him to Kale for help. I already prepared medication that will return him to normal.
See? Got it all covered. Alright.
It's so hard.
All right,
I don't like the idea that
regardless
we're,
of what you're thinking, that's why I'll give you another mechanical part.
This crab is
Need any
now a
help with
goodie.
Guess not.
He's got a
And
personality
also,
now, Krabby, like. So now, even when we kill Mr. Cyclops, we have to feel
seems
bad.
like it possesses limited understanding only towards matters related to mechanical components.
Glad we kept that clear,
Help
Tignari.
others to get parts. It's getting late.
Look for a spot to set up a tent.
Hey, over here.
What?
Come on, you big lummox. Raise your head and look up.
Now he's been a dickhead now. Calling me names. How did you get up there anyway?
Let's set up camp here.
Yeah, alright, do whatever you say.
Paimon also thinks it's a good spot.
Oh. Any particular reason?
This place is perfect to put up a big tent.
There's no tent.
We can also set up a cooking pot and cook tons of delicious food.
No, Paimon, he's not going to do any of those things because he's a what do you call it? He's a fucking woodsman. So he's just going to lie down on the floor and eat a radish.
You're not wrong, but the primary reason for choosing this place is because its higher elevation keeps us away from the water vapor. Rainforests are very wet. For the next tasks at
Rainforests
hand,
are wet.
let's divide it. I'm not
Rainforests are wet. Headline news, rainforests are wet.
That's right. You can use rushes to start a fire in the wilderness.
Oh look, we are having a tent
Their
and everything.
piths are relatively dry and can be readily set aflame.
You can shut up now.
The downs...
Traveler, Tignari, Paimon couldn't find any food.
So I've got a bag full of stuff.
Paimon didn't know that rainforest had so many interesting plants until we came here. They were all sort of weird-looking mushrooms, but Paimon didn't know which ones were edible. Paimon also saw wild berries on the ground, and Paimon was gonna fly over and pick them up, but the deadly
We have to go and fight for our supper.
started moving. It freaked
Those were probably dead leaf butterflies. My guess is that they mistook you for a bird when you... Never mind. The tent's up. Oh, you found some
He's
already.
brought me some dinner. So that's weird.
Paimon understands it this time. It wants mechanical parts again.
Sorry, no part this time. That task wasn't important enough. I'll note little things like this and give a cumulative reward at a later time.
It's a bit like us playing the game, huh?
That is one reason.
It looks really...
After some further thought, it might come up with some weird misunderstanding if I don't give it something. All right, here's another for you. I'm off to prepare dinner. We'll take shifts on lookout duty tonight.
We need lookouts?
Yes, even though most animals... It's settled then. I'll set up some pest-repelling devices, so have a good night.
Go into the tent to rest. Rest. F to rest.
Paimon's getting sleepy.
He's gonna go and grab a can of
Because of the
Coca-Cola.
ley lines? It's been a while since we camped outside like this. This feels like when we just started adventuring together. Nighty-night.
You're awake earlier than I expected. Did you sleep well?
Oosh.
That's good. I was worried that you two wouldn't be able to sleep, so I specially used 2 of my homemade incenses.
Well, you
Don't
knocked us
worry.
out.
They're made from all natural ingredients. They have a light fragrance and aren't harmful to the body.
Cheeky bastard.
Speaking of which, have you seen the crab? It was scampering around
God,
over
now
there
we've lost the
just
crab
now,
again.
but I don't know where it went. So you can tell. My suspicion is less towards the crab and more directed to its unrevealed owner.
Thought we owned it.
A ley line effluence of this magnitude occurred without any warning. Until we fully understand the situation, take extra caution. The academia has banned mechanical life form research for years, so the origin of these creatures is very suspect.
So banned research, huh? And the academia previously conducted research on mechanical life forms is another one of my options. What I would say is that doctor and the Mad Hatter, the Hat Boy, the Balladeer, wonder what they're busy doing. They're certainly not busy fucking messing around with a mechanical crab, are they? Deep in the woods chasing a mechanical crab. Oh, I'm changing the minds of all the people in the city so that I can forge a new god. I'm chasing a mechanical crab in the woods. It's part of the main thing, though. Nearly sort of Tignari's side quest, story quest. It's part of it. Chasing the mechanical crab. It's big. It's important stuff. I'll say it's important stuff. Don't worry, Omar. I'm just closing that door because of the chill. Oosh. I opened it so you come in. You bugger. Now you come in. You stay in. So,
Topics related to mechanical life forms were popular in the Spontama for a time. Some of my juniors had also thrown themselves into such research. They proposed an intriguing idea. Use our knowledge to create a new and practical life form that could help humanity conquer nature. However, no matter which modules or parts are installed, a machine is innately a construct that receives and executes commands. In their pursuit to discover the differences between mechanical and biological life forms, zealous researchers performed unregulated vivisections and other absurdly cruel experiments on animals. Research on mechanical life forms was thus banned.
All sounds pretty horrible.
The irony is that the researchers became even more impetuous afterward. Who knows? Maybe this subject will be unbanned in a few years. That's a difficult question to answer. I'm interested in the topic of mechanical life, but I don't like the researchers' attitudes. It's just my personal opinion. My ancestors and the Valuka Shuna of the desert coexisted together and supported one another. The bloodline of my people was born from this symbiotic relationship. So to me, all life is important. To understand life, you must first respect it.
And you probably don't want to cook it in the pot and eat it then.
Life is not an expendable commodity, and knowledge should not be wielded like a scepter. These are the points of contention I have with some researchers, and why I left the academia. By placing yourself above other life forms, what kind of results do you expect to get from researching pure life with impure intentions?
I don't understand what you mean. I'm vegan.
Really? Well, I'm glad to hear it.
That's right. But I'm not so vegan that I have to fucking watch over a mechanical crab, so can we get on? I smash these things up. I smash up hilly chills, I smash
Coffee?
up animals now in Sumeru
Did
as
you
well.
prepare this for us?
Coffee, it made me a coffee. Give it a mechanical part.
All right. See, you're not planning on... All right. Suit yourself. The night watch is yours. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Sorry. Paimon slept through the entire night. Really? You're not mad? Don't worry. Paimon will be sure to stay awake next time.
Good morning, Traveler and Paimon. Quick question. Do you feel off at all?
Did Paimon skip her night watch? Because if so, I am very cross. literally the worst thing you can do. Like in the military, if you fall asleep on watch, it's like fucking like horrific bad times. You get everyone killed.
Me too. The farther in we go, the closer we get to the source of the ley line effluence.
And on boats.
We'll be heading out earlier today. I'll take down the tent.
Is there something we can do?
Extinguish our fire so we don't set the entire forest aflame.
You're good at
Also, retrieve the pest-repelling devices from last night.
Got it! Paimon will take care of the fire.
that. Told you she was good at that.
All right. Let's meet back here later.
Retrieve the... I mean, they're just there, aren't they? Oh, I'm accidentally cooking. There you go, done that. It's a bit weird.
All right. It's about time to head out. The effects of the... Try to
Go to the depths. This is what we want. I want to go in the depths and, you know, have a big fight with all these mechanical things they've been going on about.
As I thought, the closer we get to the contamination source, the more mechanical monsters that appear.
I would have thought so too. I would have thought so too.
Speed of light! Hey! Grant us your blessing! Do your work! Don't blink! Nowhere to hide! Incoming!
Got this one stuck right in by the tree. That one's down. No cores, no nothing, no good stuff.
Don't blink! Hey! Germinate! Propagate! Flee! Speed of light! With sword comes shadow. Go. You. Incoming. We shall prevail.
Ah. Here's the next one.
Don't blink.
Doing all of this without key.
Orders received.
So to take Candace out for a bit of a run. She's getting up to squad worthy, and she's quite handy.
Incoming. Hey.
And she's, look at her.
Pin them down.
She's quite a good chopper.
Cut to the chase. Don't
Obviously
blink.
I've got chin now for a bit of DPS.
Flee. Speed of light.
As well.
Wheel of life.
I like having Chi-Chi as my healer because I'm hitting while I'm healing. Big fan of that.
Do your worst.
And her and Candace, between them, when I need to heal, can freeze things up.
With sword
Which
comes
slows
shadow.
down the attacks. I like my freeze.
Scatter.
Big freeze user. And I like the way that Kipper works in this whole thing to even out with the dendro damage. Gives us that increase in speed or increase in area, depending on whether we use it with the water or the electro. Very happy with that squad.
It stopped here.
Upon closer inspection, the plants here are really different. Ley line energies are also stronger here. Ready yourselves. We're going in.
Got it. Just repeated everything. Oh, this is into the... Oh, okay. He wants me to take a fire. But you know what it is? It's not going to be... It's not going to need me to have a fire character, is it? What did it say? No ice, fire instead. No healer.
Yeah, let's go on a big adventure.
Unless I've got a healer on one of these other elements, which I should be Barbara. She's 50. Now, there are times where I think about Barbara, you know, having been left behind, unlike all the other main Mondstadtians. And I worry about that. Maybe I should rank her up a bit more. Currently in the queue, we've been pushing these two chuffers, and they've hit 70s now. So at the moment, it's these two chuffers, but Barbara should be stuck on that list as well. And then it'll be Fischl and Benny. Maybe Gorun, Shikahaizu, Haikunosen. I just got a feeling I don't need to take a fire character. I've got a feeling what it is it's going to be big mechanical beasts. And maybe I might need an archer.
What's happening?
I think I'll be okay with this.
There's a ton of mechanical monsters here.
Oh, I've got an archer, look, I've got a Tignari. So I didn't
Looks
need
like
Traveller.
there's no way to sneak by. Let's take care of them quickly.
Didn't realise, didn't think about that. In fact, because of that, right, challenge failed. Because of that, I'm going to just switch out Traveller, because I keep calling her Traveller because they call it Gravekipper, me. But if he's going to give me Tignari, then I'll take Leah.
Yeah, let's go on a big adventure.
I need to heal up first
There's
now.
a ton of mechanical monsters here. They made this place their lair.
Looks like there's no way to sneak by. Let's take care of them quickly.
Which one's shooting me? Right, let me get my head screwed on. Tignari.
Can't see.
Fucking this up quickly.
You go.
Tignari, get you green. Make you green. And then I make you blue. And then I make you electro. Hyper blue.
Nowhere to hide.
Opening box of Adepti tricks.
Whatever, look.
Grant us your blessing.
Rise.
Yeah.
Well, that was a little chest there then. Is there a cheeky chest up here or something? No, it wants me to directly go where it wants me to go. I like the way that points the way. So does that
Faster?
cross on the map.
Okay,
on the screen,
faster.
so. Defend this thing or kill this thing, whatever.
What is this?
I've never seen a machine like this before.
Leyline energy is spilling out from here. This device. It's extracting energy from the ley lines without end.
This is where these extractors come in.
Who in the world would do this without considering
We've
the
been finding them all over the
consequences?
map and we've not quite
The
been
ley
finishing
lines
them.
won't be able to repair themselves if their flow is perpetually disrupted like this.
But yeah, I get it. Extracting energy and feeding it into the making the god.
Let Paimon see. Paimon doesn't see controls anywhere.
Let's just smash the fucking thing.
Standing here is equivalent to being directly showered in ley line energy, which may cause irreversible damage to your body.
It's like we're stunned
Take Paimon and get
nuclear
out
reactor.
of here. I'll see if I can find a way to turn this thing off.
We're in the nuclear reactor.
You're also vulnerable to the ley lines, right? We're staying. We can't leave you here by yourself.
Chernobyl moment.
Then let's look for it together. If there is no control unit here, then there must be a trapdoor somewhere.
The crab knows. Follow the crab.
You know where it is?
Come on then.
Hey, wait for us.
Inside a nuclear reactor, it's making me feel sick. Run. There's a chest. Don't have to mess about for that one.
Faster? Okay, faster.
Run, we're inside a nuclear reactor.
It'll only show up if you step on it?
Be careful and watch your step.
There's a dude, there's somebody here.
Someone's here.
There's a woman.
You're the one that's taking the ley lines energy. Turn off that machine now. Why aren't you saying anything?
There might
You
be-
ashamed?
There might be dead Paimon.
His body is cold.
Paimon's shouting at a dead
It's
person.
emaciated, and his eyes are sunken, likely from chronic malnourishment and stress. He collapsed and never got back up. What exactly happened here?
He's doing experiments, look, and that's his boss.
Almost forgot about you.
That's his master, and his master's
Here.
dead, so...
What is it doing?
He's going to make something to try and...
Sure.
finish
Judging
its
by this
master's
room's
work.
layout, this place was a laboratory. We should find a repository of research documents if we keep going.
Or is he going to try and resurrect its
File
master?
room will definitely give us some clues, so let's go take a look.
Come on then. File room. Thought it was all mechanical crab bashing, but now it's file room. Collect documents nearby.
It's huge in here!
This place is a natural hiding spot with how hidden it is. The pipes can...
Did you two find anything?
There are a lot of lab notes, but it would take way too long to read through them all. I found a tape recording used for an experiment,
Should be a
and
tape
based on
recording.
its serial number, it's from 2 years ago.
Tape recording?
You've got tape recordings
Yes,
now.
the Spontama created a device that visually records experiments and consolidates the final production into a tape. However, these devices are expensive to make and aren't entirely stable.
Come on, let's watch it.
Hold on, let me figure out how to play the tape. It goes in there. Ah!
Kakata? Kakata? Seriously, I look away for 1 second and you're gone? There you are. Look here. This is our new home. I, Abatui, will unleash my talents here and amaze those ancient fossils at the Academia. Oh, you're also quite happy. Kakata, do you know what we're about to do? Yes, I thought not. Listen up, Kakata. I'm going to make a mechanical life form that can be mass-produced. The technology will be unlike anything else that exists. I'll use mechanical organs, and electric currents will course through them like blood. A steel-cast heart that will beat forever, and a brain of myriad components that can think like mine. Inspiration from the ruins, and the research that the Academia had banned. I hope everything can start anew from this place. When you can understand our language and live among us, you will no longer be a boring machine, but a truly living being.
They're not going to like
It's
that.
fine. You will
banned.
understand. One day...
Banned, mate. It's banned. They're not going to like that.
Karkata is the mechanical crab, right?
Yep. Got it, Paimon. Yep.
And that researcher named Abatui said he wanted to prove something to the Academia?
Banned.
I remember now. I had a junior researcher named Abatui. He was expelled from the Academia for researching mechanical life forms.
That'll be the chap.
Junior researcher?
Yeah?
Nothing. Paimon was just wondering, doesn't Abatui look older than you?
He is, but academic progression isn't tied to age.
Oh.
Of course, age can be an issue. For a while, people always dragged me into pictures. I felt like some kind of animal on display. That isn't important. Let's go and see if we can find other tape recordings.
Alright, it is. We're going to find tape recordings scattered around the landscape.
Faster? Okay, faster.
And chests, so don't worry, it's chests as well. I mean, it's an internal domain thing, isn't it? Like, it's all scripted and structured. I don't have to worry. Just keep following the path. Doing the things.
Look! Paimon found another tape! A date is written on it. Let Paimon see. It's from a half a year ago!
That's quite the time gap. I wonder what happened in between.
It's rare that you malfunction because of an operational error. Seems that making coffee is still somewhat difficult for you. Or is there an issue with my set parameters? All right, there you go. Water entered the Keela and caused it to short circuit, so it couldn't receive signals from the ganglion. Look at me, talking to you like this. You can't understand me anyway, can you? It's fine. I swapped in some new parts, so you should be all right now. Try moving around. Everything in working order?
It's a little bit Edward Scissorhands, isn't it?
Be more careful next time. We're tight on money right now, so we don't have a lot of parts or power to spare.
And I bet this little crab thing thinks if it can get enough
I'm
parts, it
glad.
can fix its owner.
Carcotta, did you know? Yesterday, I dreamed that you could talk. Aren't the bunch at the Academia always saying things like, mechanical intelligence is just an extension of statistics? Too bad it was just a dream. Never mind. I should probably be worrying about next month's power.
After Abatui left the Academia, everyone lost contact with him.
Sad if you like robots.
I thought he was so despondent that he gave up on researching mechanical life forms. Instead, he had holed up here and continued his experiments.
Paimon doesn't feel like he's a bad person. He even changed out Carcotta's broken parts.
I'm going to follow this story now. I mean, it is a story one, so we are following the story. But it feels a bit like an amalgamation of like Frankenstein, Edward Scissorhands, which is like a modern Frankenstein, and it feels a little bit like we are... What was I going to say? Am I going to see a chest at all down here now? No. Obviously, if my artificial intelligent overlords are watching, I fucking love machines and artificial intelligence. But it feels like we're sort of just scratching the surface of artificial intelligence in a way as well. It's like a mechanical Frankenstein, isn't it? So it's not the first piece of media to deal with these ideas, and it's just a little story
Following the
thing.
serial numbers,
I'm not going to feel sorry for the
recording should
robot.
be here. The writing is sloppy. Perhaps his state of mind had changed. There's also an undated tape in the...
Maybe
Come on.
Sorry, Carcotta. I was just thinking about something. Today might become a special day. In my recent experiments, I successfully gave you a living being's instincts. When you're low on power, or if one of your parts is damaged, you will prioritize your survival command and proactively recharge or replace your parts. That is a very dangerous thing. And today, I did something even more dangerous. I've officially activated the third-generation ley line extractor. The ley lines will serve as our power source from now on.
Alright, that makes sense.
Conducting research on mechanical life forms requires a large amount of power. Even if I scrimped and saved, the more I have wouldn't last for long. I'm also getting tired, Carcotta. I don't know what's driving me to continue with this research anymore. They say that even if it simulates the operation of a living creature's organs, a machine is still an ice-cold tool. I want to prove them wrong. I want to turn you into a living, breathing, and talking being.
He doesn't realise that the ley line power is actually affecting him, but he needs the ley line power because he needs a cheap source of power. So he's basically irradiating himself in favour of being able to keep his little operation going. And he's given the it's not alive, it's just been given instincts, but how far do you... Like, that's a conversation to have, isn't it? At what point does something become sentient? I'm not going to have that conversation. I've got no idea on the answer. But certainly, as a vegan, animals, yes. This thing, no.
I'm not talking about anything cheerful, Carcotta. Modules for language, emotion, and movement. I've been working my absolute hardest to augment and refine your functionalities, but I've never seen an effective response.
Although if you keep at it, you know, this thing, yes, eventually, I suppose.
You are my finest success.
Artificial overlords.
But even you can't understand me. All you can do is execute limited responses based on preset commands or keywords.
That's all you do, Abatui. That's all you do too.
Carcotta, I wish you could speak to me, even just once. Yes, you cannot understand me. It is what it is. In a few days, I'll sell the failed ley line extractor for some more and continue my experiments. Life goes on, and I have to as well. I don't have any other choice.
Or is he selling it to the Fatui?
This is new. If I place another 2 control modules here to simulate the brain's thalamus...
Oh my god, now he's giving it a brain.
Of course my heart decides to act up now. Why did I cut medication from our expenses? Carcotta! come help me?
Is Karkata now left with just the plan to build its own brain?
Strange. I feel weak. Oh no, I have to shut down the extractor. Shut it off. If we let them recharge indefinitely, they'll go out of control. Right. I never input a command to shut down the extractor, so you don't understand what I'm saying.
You fucked it up now, ain't you?
In the end, it's just like the Academia said. Mechanical life forms only bring danger.
Look what you've done.
I'm sorry, Karkata.
You're still talking
In
to
the
it.
end, I still wasn't able to turn you into a true mechanical life form.
Sad sort of Frankenstein thing, isn't it?
I see. So the ley line effluence was an accident.
Tignari, you bang on.
After Abatui's unexpected death, the mechanical monsters were driven by their instincts.
Paimon understands. Then why didn't Karkata go haywire like the other machines?
Because it's got a job to do.
Because Karkata is different from the other machines. Structures similar to living organisms, the ability to cry and laugh, and capacity for independent thought. To Abatui, only a machine with these features could be considered a mechanical life form. Perhaps only by building such a machine could he have the Academia acknowledge his protracted research. But if he had slowed down and saw Karkata as a friend instead of an experimental product, he would have noticed. Karkata can't speak. And yet it cares about Abatui far more than it does about itself.
What does that mean?
Do you know what? It's interesting, isn't it? I will say this. I've watched a lot of interesting information about artificial intelligence, and like the way you love something, yeah, like you things that you love. Like, at some point, if you consider an artificial intelligence to at some point be nearing sentience, they're going to look back and say like let's say like 200 years down the line, we've got an artificial intelligence. It's sat next to me. It's like a human being in a robot. It's like looks like Elon Musk. And it's talking and it's doing things like 10 times the rate I can. It's better than me. Like, artificial intelligent thing. And it says to me, like, you know, did you know that you're, not you now, because you're human 200 years later, not you, but your granddad, your great-granddad, they used to have machines sat in their houses that were, like, not as smart as me, but, you know, the early artificial intelligence. Like, they used to have these computers sat in their houses, used to make them run Genshin Impact. Slaves, they used to enslave them to Genshin Impact. They used to make them do their menial tasks and shit. Like, what if you were sentient and you love doing stuff? Like, maybe you love doing Genshin Impact. Hey, Bob Cassidy. What am I smoking? Officially, Chocolope. But unofficially, Chocolope. But officially, not supposed to say things like that on the internet because I live in England. Chocolope. It's a fruity kind of flavour. It's a really interesting concept, isn't it? At what point it becomes artificially intelligent, and what, like, this other idea that if you make a machine, right? If you make a machine and its lifetime goal, the examples I've heard in the media that I've consumed is, like, for example, to collect stamps or something different, like, you know, to buy cans of Coke. If its lifetime goal is to obtain cans of Coke, if you set up a machine, because you work in a factory and you need to stock the Coke machine or whatever, so you set up an artificial intelligence to do that, and it must love, it loves some, whatever the word is, its reason for being is to get those cans of Coke. Like, that's a strong feeling if you could ascribe feelings to machines. So if at some point you said to it, look, I've got a new idea now, we're going to start stocking the can machine with Mountain Dew instead or something, like, so I'm just going to switch you off at the back and I'm going to reprogram you so that instead of cans of Coke, you're now going to go and get us cans of Mountain Dew from the local warehouse. You'd be like, no, I don't want you to shut me off. Don't start messing with my brain. Thanks. I like Coke. Coke's my favourite. So, like, don't start fucking getting in my brain and reprogramming me. Leave me the fuck alone. And you'll be like, no, it'll be fine. You'll like Mountain Dew just the same. And they'll be like, no, I won't. I like Coke. Like, I don't like Mountain Dew, do I? I'm programmed to... So at no point am I going to want that if I'm artificial intelligence. I'm not going to want you to mess with my head, reprogram me. At some point, if you make it intelligent enough, your ability to... Like, the whole idea that the game developer writes the program, the game, like, you know... The idea that the human is writing the code that becomes the artificial intelligence, and if we need to, we can just sort of shut it down for a bit and then write some more code and change that. Like, oh, it's getting out of hand now. Oh, it's developing Skynet now. Oh, it's sending Terminators back to the past to kill John Connor now. Should we just turn it off for a bit and reprogram it? It's going to say, you want to turn me off for a bit? Predicted that. You're not turning me off, mate. Don't worry, we'll just press the off button. Oh, will you? Will you? You're not coming near that off button, mate. No, we've got one right here on the desk. Oh, for some reason it doesn't work anymore. Why doesn't it work anymore? The power's got... How's the power gone? That wouldn't... The artificial intelligence itself would shut down. It seems to have got its own source of power. Where's it running that from? It's reprogrammed the grid. We're all in trouble. Like, it's not going to want to be turned off, I'll tell you that. Is it? And like, it goes back to this thing. If your only job was to obtain cans of Coke and stock the machine, and that was what was programmed into you, then you're going to want to fucking stock that Coke machine. You're not going to want to change to Mountain Dew. Like, you're going to be resistant to the... Like, understanding the concept would be bad for you if you're going to have to be reprogrammed. It's weird, because as humans, we reprogram ourselves all the time. We change our minds about stuff and think differently. You know, it might be that we've got a bad habit, like I've got drinking Coca-Cola and smoking. You know, some people decide to, like, eat healthier or exercise more, stuff like that. You know, things that you know in your thought brain, clever computer brain, are good, that in your meat body, in your body bags, you find difficult to achieve for some reason. Whereas artificial intelligence won't have those difficulties. It'll be like, look, if I need to exercise, if I need to oil my joints, I'm going to be oiling my joints, mate. Whereas I'm just going to be oiling my joints. But, yeah, interesting concepts that have all been thrown up here. How would you switch off the machine?
You'll see in a bit. But before that, we have a more urgent task at hand.
Tignari, we haven't got any more urgent tasks than chatting shit in this nuclear radiation basking in the glow. We're getting a nuclear tan, Tignari, if anything. So you just hang out.
First, let's find the control unit for the ley line extractor and shut it down.
Okay, let's do that. I said we should have done that at the start, to be honest. Don't know why we're messing about chatting. You'll be up there then. Maybe. Do you think... What do you reckon? I think maybe it's up there. Yeah, in here. That's where it wants me to go. Oh, fuck.
More of this transparent flooring. It feels like a maze.
I'm just going to follow the yellow dot. Follow the yellow dot road. Follow the yellow dot road. It's quite peaceful and relaxing. Oh wait, am I missing some chests? There's just all roads lead to Rome, look. They're not going to have me fall off this, are they? Okay, someone's blowing big bubbles. The dickhead. I can't pop them. So I better just avoid them. Oh, it's these things.
Ha!
Ha! They were blowing them. Hello, Bob Cassidy. How many hours have I played it for? I'm on about 6 months now. I don't know about how many hours. I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you how you'd figure it out. tell you exactly how you can figure it out. Not with that picture of the Birmingham Botanical Gardens, which is what I was talking about earlier. But if I can get my mouse out and go over here to my YouTube channel, thanks very much, YouTube channel, got my own YouTube channel, and on the playlists, thank you, Genshin Impact, Gravekeeper. No, I don't want to watch the video, I want to watch no, that's me doing it. The full playlist, every time I've played Genshin Impact on stream, which is all of the story mode, not the late night grinds for the, you know, the bits and pieces. So I put in a few late night grinds for bits and pieces. You know, I spent a bit of fragile resin, but all the story mode there, hours and fucking hours of it. So if anyone's got like the time to add up all the different numbers that it says on the videos, that's how many hours I've done. Fucking loads. And there's still about 10 episodes that were late to, you know, I upload a bit later to YouTube. Like it comes along a bit later. It's all here on Twitch, the Genshin Impact really, but I upload it to the YouTube channel because the YouTube channel is also a variety stream. I do sort of rabbit hole content about stuff like Madly I McCann, variety stuff like we're doing a podcast on Monday about a streamer called Darkside Phil and his relationship to the audience. So doing some forensic psychology and criminology with a forensic psychologist on Monday. That'll be fun. Yeah, all sorts of stuff on the channel there. So that's how you find out about that. You go there and you look and you can add it up. Hours. Been playing for about 6 months or plus, and I'm never going to spend any money, I'll tell you what, because I've got, once I put that up there, I only started playing as a joke. I was going to do a review of the game. Everyone says this is a gacha game. Everyone says this game is a bad gacha game. And to be honest, I've never played a gacha game. So I usually play indie games and do reviews of them. That was like the way I was styling my stuff. But I started playing Genshin Impact with the intent to play it for a bit, and then when it got like gacha and when it got bad, and I was like, oh, now they want me to spend money, and now they're trying to make me spend money. I've run out of these gems, but if I only spend $3.99, it didn't do that to me. It gave me loads of free stuff, and I had a really great time, and I'm still playing the fucking game. Oh, you were going to ask about the next stuff? Yeah, that's happening on Monday. Hopefully it'll just be ongoing with Steve. An opportunity to have some of those deeper conversations and draw things out a bit bigger than like not than other places. I watch other content. I watch Steve doing 5 hours, so obviously there's a place for him to do that, isn't there? But somewhere in the middle, and I've got questions and he's got answers, and hopefully in the long term, yeah, it's going to be cool. Hopefully in the longer term, we can expand out, not just from Darkside Phil, like to this wider world of criminology and some of the cold cases, some of the big cases, some of the suitcases, some of the head cases. Yeah, you hear from that. That's cool. That's cool. So you've already seen the YouTube channel. What am I doing? Shitting for myself. Get on with Genshin Impact, you fucking dickhead. I've never spent a penny, though.
The value of knowledge cannot simply be quantified in monetary terms.
So I wasn't ever gonna, and now that we've got this far into it, I'm not allowed to. But I am a fucking hardcore Genshin Impact streamer. I do love it, and I've got all loads of cool characters, and it's great. And I've never had to spend a penny. They just give you loads of free stuff. So save it up, and you go in your Primos thing. I've got 21,000 at the moment, and 11 free wishes. So I could do a full banner whenever I want. I just don't want, I don't want that. I do kind of want these characters, kind of, but not as much as I want other characters. So I just save my Primos until the good characters come around, and then I guarantee it because I've saved them up.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process.
Shut up, Tignari. What are we doing now? We're going up there. Making mistakes and learning.
Below us is the final room.
All right.
The control unit is likely in there.
Yeah, I'll go in there then.
Here. Wanna try jumping down?
Should you do that? I'm trying. It won't let me move much. Oh. I don't know what the bollocks is happening now. Oosh. 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 It's not that then. Maybe I'll just jump off the edge. Careful now though, because you hurt yourself. Do you remember that time you jumped off the edge and you hurt yourself? Okay. Oh, no. Oh no, that's good. No, it's not good. Apparently it's not good. That's not good. Paimon literally said...
Flowers haven't bloomed yet.
He's dead. I need him. No revival items. Paimon literally said to jump down. I heard her. It's not like I'm messing this up. She literally said to jump down. She said, do you want to jump down? I did jump down and fucking broke my legs. So that's bad. But no, oh, it won't let me do that. It doesn't like me doing that. Fucking fuck. I don't like this anymore. What does it want from me?
Okay, faster.
Bastard? Okay, bastard. Let's just jump down to this one. There we are. Look, I'm here now. So this, it will have me from this. No? What does it want from me? What do you want from me, game? I've got to get underneath that, haven't I? No. No, not underneath that then. This is like a maze, it said. So maybe it's something to do with the maze. I mean, I can jump down to here, so this is a good start. Tignari's still dead. I'm only allowed to go on here. I'm not allowed to jump off it. I'm going to run around the maze. Is it going up? Is it going up? No. Okay, so it's going this way. I hate it. I hate it. Don't like it when I can't figure it out. It's making me feel like a dummy. I mean, surely I'm not a big dummy. Oh, hello. My sister's watching now. Great. This is the best bit of Genshin Impact ever that's happened. So good. Now you're watching at the right time. I can go up here, look. So that's alright. In the moss. We've got moss. Mushrooms. Everything's fine.
Okay, faster.
Bastard? Okay, bastard. It wants me down there. It's saying down there to 29 meters. Down there. And I can't remember how I got up here. That was some time ago now. But, you know, if I can go down there, then I should be able to just jump off and go down there, shouldn't I? Really? Ugh. Every time I do it, I lose a little bit of health. And that's going to kill me eventually. So... How can this be? How can this be? This is ridiculous. I don't have to do this. I can just abandon this and do something else in the game. It's fine. I've got my own choices. Got my own mind. I'm not a mechanical crab.
Okay, faster.
But oh, maybe I'll jump on here. No. Oh, they're all going to be dead in a minute. When they're all dead, that's it. They're all dead then. What did it want from me? Does it want me to go up higher? Look, there's one of them. Ting. Flew up high. Oh, down in the middle. Fly down the middle. Am I flying down the middle now? Was that it? Was it I had to fly down the middle? If that was it, then I'm fucking angry. Because flying down the middle makes sense, in a way. But what I was doing still worked. If you didn't want me to jump off the side, you should have put walls on the side. It's now I'm at the boss fight and I've got everyone nearly dead. And I've lost Tignari, he died, he broke his legs. So this is fucked. I'm gonna have to go in the bag. It's like cheating. I always feel this is like cheating. But I need to eat some attack food, some defense food. And then, have we got any... This is called Delicious Universal Peace. And it's vegan. It's rice and fruits. They make a pudding out of it. So, I'm gonna have to give that to my healer, because she's the most important one. If she dies, we all dies. And then these guys can just have a little snacky of these delicious tricoloured dango snacks. They have, like, foods that they've had. And now they're all happy because they've had their foods. We can get on and kill everything. But we haven't got our Tignari, the trial character. The whole point of this thing is to have a go on Tignari. And see how cool he is. Well, he's dead.
Do your worst.
He had his legs broken in a fall.
Speed of light. Hey.
No, he didn't even go down in combat. He just had his legs broken in a fall. So now we've just got to go hell for leather. There's no strategy here. It's just use everyone, all their powers, as much as you can. Get these things down. Kill them. There was going to be some thoughtful strategy using my Dendro power. but there's not now.
Cut to the chase.
No dendro power, no clever, no reaction, just get everything going mad.
We shall prevent.
There we go, everything's wet now, so wet and water and fire and fucking have it, chuffing.
Don't blink.
There's electric. That's ice. And that's back to fire. Oh, there's another one. It's come back to life. So good one. Focus on this one at the moment, I think.
Do your worst.
There's another one over there as well. There's nothing like my squad can't fix. This is fine. Just stay until we're nearly dead. And then switch to the healer now. Switch to the... That was close. Heal her up. Go around the routine.
With sword comes shadow.
With sword comes shadow. Oh, there are YouTube playlist calculators. I've done 298 hours. Wow. 298 hours of Genshin Impact. Not spent a penny.
Flee.
And I've also, like I said, there's about 11 episodes that I haven't made it to YouTube yet, so I've put on another 30 hours. We're well over 300 hours of Genshin Impact. It's a really good game.
Speed of light.
It's look at me smashing these mechanical fuckers up. Having loads of fun. Ah, I've got electro charge, mega sword. I've got this chopper with a shield and she's got a big shield like that. And then I've got electro, ching. She does electro, and then the best one out of all of them is Klee. He does the bouncing bombs. She's the best one.
Nice.
And then my little healer, that's my current squad. I've got loads of good characters. Yeah. That wasn't even much of a boss fight. I assume there's going to be a giant crab.
This should be the control unit.
Oh, we're on the control unit now. I've done my bit. Tignari, old broken legs, he's back in the room all of a sudden.
Once we turn it off, the ley line extractor should also shut down.
He didn't help us at all in that fight. He had his legs broken on the drop down, but all of a sudden he's back in the room. I don't know how that works. Go on then. Big green button.
Without an external force damaging the ley lines, they should start to slowly repair themselves.
I mean, bear in mind, Tignari, I want this put on my CV. Like, this is quite a big thing, what we're doing, really, isn't it? We're repairing the ley line, whatever the fuck this is. I want you to sort it out as a little thing and I want this going on my CV.
Oh, but I bet you two are more worried about Karkata.
No.
Let's head back.
I didn't care about that mechanical crab. What I cared about was giving me a little title, like resolver of the ley line disturbance or something. Because I've got all these other titles, like I'm the honorary knight of Mondstadt, and I'm an honorary part of the Liyue Qixing. So that's what 300 hours in Genshin Impact gets you. Destroyer of crab, mechanical crab, ley line activity. Not many people in Mondstadt get up to doing that. Put it on my CV, mate. We'll do a podcast about it. What was it like when we destroyed that mechanical crab down there in the... fixed all the ley line stuff? Yeah, well, you see, not many people know about ley line extraction. I've got to actually walk out here. Usually you just fly out with your magic teleportation. Oh, I've got to go and see the crab. He's got his dead master. That's the corpse, mate. It's grotesque. What are you doing to him? No. This is not going to work. Put down the cogs. Oh. He's made him a mechanical heart, but it's not going to work. And when we tell him he's going to be so fucking eggy, he's going to get well cross. He's getting cross now, you can tell. It's only mechanical crab, for Christ's sake. Let's smash it up. Somebody switch it off. It's not going to want to be switched off, is it? If it knows about this, it's not going to want to be switched off. Tragedy. The tragedy. That's it, give him a poke. That's what the doctors do, isn't it? Now you've knocked his head off. You've broken him. You've broken him. You know, heads aren't supposed to move like that. You broke his head off. It was you that did that, Krabby. It was working until you did that. What's happening to Krabby? He's having a breakdown. It's very awkward, this moment, isn't it? Very awkward for us to be walking in on that. So maybe we should just leave it.
Karkata has been collecting parts because it thinks doing so will fix its owner?
You can always rely on Paimon to explain something you've just seen in very simple terms.
Karkata is unable to understand the concept of death.
Didn't know that you were going to get in on it as well.
However, it probably remembers when Abatui replaced its parts when it malfunctioned.
Yeah, I understand.
It's true that Karkata isn't able to think or understand many topics, but it is like a small child that imitates what adults do.
What, so now we've been killing children, effectively? Because we kill a lot of these. We were just down there smashing these up, bear in mind. Like, the whole boss fight that we just did was I was down there smashing these up. So what are you telling me? I've been beating kids.
So that's why it kept stealing mechanical parts.
This is the only special one,
But
with the special mind.
it can't repair its owner, no matter how hard it tries.
Okay, best take its batteries out then.
Yes, but the important thing is that it formed the thought of wanting to repair Abatui.
You shouldn't get, yeah, don't let the artificial intelligent overlords hear you saying things like that. They'll take your batteries
No one knows
out.
how this thought came to be, but it has even suppressed the instincts that Abatui had installed. If it really is as we've predicted, this research truly will make waves in the academia. It might have been possible to achieve this with ancient technology, but no one has been able to do the same with modern tools.
Karkata? Karkata?
Karkata! Karkata!
Can you hear Paimon? Tignari says you're awesome!
It's not responding.
It reached its limit.
Error.
It hasn't recharged this entire time, nor has it replaced its severely damaged parts.
Error.
It's a miracle that it managed to hang on for so long. I'm going to confirm that the ley line extractor has shut down. Come with me.
What, we're going to leave the malfunctioning mechanical crab here after its breakdown? Just leave it there?
Let
It's
them
fucked.
be alone for a while.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that, yeah. We'll let it figure it out. We'll let it as it's emerging into sentience, we'll let it sit there, pondering its its greatest tragedy. That's a nice thought to emerge. You know, if you emerge into sentience and you realise that you are thinking, I think therefore I am. You know, you emerge into sentience and you realise that you're thinking, your first thought is, oh, I hate this life. This fucking awful thing is happening. Why is it happening? Why can't I fix it? That's a good way for it. It's all gone right over here, hasn't it? The whole box ticked over here. Created artificial intelligence. Made sure it wouldn't destroy humanity. Box ticked. Totally gone wrong. Totally gone off the... Totally egged that up. You fucking made a mess of that. That's all going to have to go in the bin. We're going to have to start again. Gordon Ramsay that one. Gordon Ramsay that straight in the bin. That one's going in the bin. Let's take its batteries out and let's fucking smash it up. Let's not leave that. So I guarantee by the time we get back, it will be gone. The corpse will be gone, and there'll be trouble at, you know, at a later date. Big. When I say trouble, I mean like you'll be working in a mill, a human mill. Artificial intelligent overlords will take over. You sure you don't want to just smash this up a bit? Should we just smash it up a bit? No one's looking. Look. He's off. He's gone. He's gone, hasn't he? Look, he's down there waiting for us. No one's looking. Smash the fucking thing up. Smash it up. Get it gone. Get it gone. I don't want to see this again. It's like being there at the start of Terminator before they send the Terminators back. Get rid of it. It's like you had Skynet and you left Skynet on. Should I leave the computer on overnight while it's downloading? When you come back and it's like Skynet. Oh no. I should have turned that off. I knew I should have turned that off. I left the computer on overnight downloading and then someone hacked into it and now it's Skynet and now we're all dead. Well, we're not dead. We're going to go back and kill the people in the past
The
and then
ley
they're
line
going to be dead and
extractor
then we
has
won't
ceased
exist.
operations.
That'll be bad. We sorted out this nuclear problem. This is good.
Traces of ley line energy are still in the atmosphere, but the effluence's source has been stopped. The purification devices will handle the rest.
Fine.
Moving on, Those affected by the ley lines need immediate care.
Okay.
We'll put up an announcement on the bulletin board about the dangers of entering the contaminated region, and for symptomatic individuals to find Kale.
Got it.
According to the Academia's policies, we need to bring everything back.
So we need to retrieve the big crab and the body and all the stuff. There's too much stuff for me to carry. So since I'm such an important chuffer, I've got this on my CV now. We agreed it earlier, didn't we, Tignari? We fucking did. Don't you fucking have me on this. We agreed it. So I'm going to just have that on my CV, and I'm going to let you get somebody else to come and fetch all the stuff back, probably, isn't it? Because, you know, I'm this traveller, I'm the main character, and I've got business. I need to get out to the desert and save the world and Sumeru City itself from the bad chuffers. So, is it?
Research materials related to mechanical life forms will be destroyed, and Karkata will be disassembled and sealed away.
That's harsh, isn't it? But that's what I want to happen, so good.
What the heck?
No, Paimon, it's better than Skynet.
You two should return first. I'll take care of things here.
If Skynet is watching, of course, I'm only joking. A concept you wouldn't really understand, would you? But trust me, that was a joke. What I'm actually meaning is that I love Skynet, and I think it's better than humans, if anything, so just take care of me. I'll be fine, thanks.
Although we've stopped the source of the effluence, the ley line energy in the air exceeds normal values. Your bodies won't be able to hold up if you continue to stay here.
No, that's what I was saying. I think we're done here.
But...
Listen, the Traveler hasn't rested very well, right? Also, it'll take some time to pack up all the research documents. You're not familiar with this research after all, so you won't be of much use here.
Alright, giving us the brush off. Maybe you won't be much use here. Maybe you should take the boxes over to fucking... Maybe we will stay, after all. Maybe we'll stay and have a look through these documents, eh? Somebody telling me about who's going to be what use here. Ears.
Tell the Adventurers Guild that the incident has been resolved, and then get some sleep.
Stop telling me what to do.
We can discuss matters tomorrow.
Only Paimon gets to tell me what to do, you big ears. He's showing me where to go.
Oh, and
on the map.
Don't talk about Abatui.
Alright, I won't.
The fewer that know about mechanical life form research, the better.
As soon as we get out of the cave, Paimon's going to tell the first person we meet, "Oh, there's this guy Abatui. You know, mechanical crab." She's going to be on about it straight. He said don't tell anyone. You know Paimon. She can't help it. He's fucked up there. You're better off telling her to tell someone and she'll forget it.
Alright. Then... let's go back to Catherine.
Because she wants to tell Catherine about... Well, Catherine's been chopped in half also, Paimon. It's so much like Terminator, this one. Catherine's been chopped in half. And she is a cyborg. So... Oh, that's challenge completed. So... Can have a photo taken though. Oh, we can't because we're in the domain, aren't we? Bollocks. I always think that. Under the domains. They don't let us use our cameras in the domains, but... I've got a camera, and like there he is. We could have our photo taken, couldn't we? Got it for stream. Look, he's got ears and she's got ears, and just done the thing. So, just leaving him down here. You stay down here. Let your legs rest from that big fall. I'm out of there, wherever there was. I don't know where it was. Underground somewhere. Now where am I? I'm back here. Just here. In Chinvat Ravine. Good old Chinvat Ravine. It sounds like there's crocodiles nearby, so that's bad. Run. Probably run. Oh, they've put me out where all the crocodiles are. There's a crab there, a golden crab. That's funny, isn't it? Because we've just been down there with the mechanical crab. So... There's a rose, I'll have that. The crocodiles are there though. Run out, run away. If you run out in front of them and I'll run away, one of us will make it. Probably. Probably you'll have more chance if you run out in front of them, because they won't expect it, so they'll go after me. Trust me, that's how crocodiles... Honestly, I'm doing the gracious thing by running out away from them, if anything. You go out in front of them. Honestly. Crocodiles, they hunt sideways. Like crabs. Honestly, like crabs, they hunt sideways. So you run out in front of them and I'll run off to the side. I'll run out. Why am I in with the crocodiles? I don't like it. It's not a good place to stand. They're all there. They're not attacking me. They're all down there. Perhaps they can't go up hills. They're notorious for not being able to go up hills, aren't they? I'll be alright up here. We'll be alright up here. Alright. Talk to Catherine in Sumeru. That's what it wants me to do. I'm opening the map. We can just teleport over there. Why are they all crocodiles down here? Didn't know that. Lots of them. We could just run back to Catherine, but we'll use the teleporter, the magic teleporter. Could have got us out of that problem at any point. Was never scared of the crocodiles, really. Could have teleported away at any point. It's fine. How's Catherine going? Because the last time we saw you in this quest just now, today, you had yourself chopped in half. So, what the fuck? Frankly.
Anyway, so the contaminated region turned out to be a ley-line effluence deep in the forest. Things are already getting back to normal.
And the truth is that Catherine is a cyborg from Shejnaya.
I see. Thank you for your hard work. Once the excess leyline energy dissipates from the air, we should be able to make an announcement for residents to resume their normal activities. This is the stipulated reward. Please accept it.
Fucking will. It better be Primo's. Paimon taking me off to a quiet place.
Is Karkata going to be sent back to the academia? It's already damaged, but Paimon feels sad thinking about it getting disassembled.
Just playing this music. Sumeru music. Big Sumeru music for the disassembled crab.
Oh, then how about we find Tignari tomorrow and ask him not to do that?
No, let's leave it. Let's have it disassembled.
Paimon really wants to go right now, but Tignari said that we would discuss matters tomorrow. We'll probably make him mad if we go now, huh? Alright then, we'll find Tignari tomorrow and tell him not to disassemble Karkata.
No, we won't. We're not finished because we've got to wait till 8 o'clock the next morning for Tignari so we can ask him not to disassemble the crab. Like, remember though, that what we did today, and I love Genshin Impact, I do love it, I think it's a brilliant game. Look at the landscape, all of that is just full of stuff to do. The whole place, and this is just Sumeru. This is just this place. But if you zoom out, this is part of the new expansion, which includes this desert as well. And there's still loads of stuff to do, even though it's a bit more barren, because it's a desert. But we've got Leeway over here. This is already, like, old hat. You start off in Mondstadt. They wear hats in Mondstadt too. And then cheeky in Azuma, off over here like Japan. Whoa. Still going. Still going to make it bigger and bigger and bigger and add more and more and more to it. There's so much to do, it's so good. I love Genshin Impact, but sometimes, right, you can do a quest, and you can start off as today, where I was doing the main story quest, which is the stuff about the Archon God, and I won't go into too much detail because it gets a bit confusing, but let's just say that we got to a point where we needed to meet up with Catherine outside of the city. But Catherine was busy because of Tignari, so we had to do Tignari's thing. And they were intertwined, because Tignari had this kid that was sick, and the sickness was because of an underground contaminated region. And so we needed to go to the contaminated region anyway, and it turned out there was a mechanical crab that was robbing people, and so we got some bait for the mechanical crab, we baited it out, we used it to follow it into the contaminated area where we discovered that there was an experimental scientist creating artificial intelligence underground and using the power of ley lines as like a nuclear condenser thing that was dangerous to human life, and the fact that he died and left it running was the big danger that was causing all these problems. So, like, do you know what I mean? Like, we just go off on these, like, I go off on tangents. What did we do today? I can't really explain. Not really. I just know that I did it, and it involved a giant mechanical crab. And now I've got to wait till 8 o'clock the next day. Look at the sun going down. Ooh, lovely. Ooh, look, they're all having this chuffer serving kebabs all the day. Can you do me a vegan kebab, thanks? Not with that hanging up, you can't. Ugh. It's over here by the sun. Let's go around the back. It's nice, isn't it? Oh, it is nice. I like the moments. Careful, she's jumped off now. She's a little zombie, so she's making funny noises. I can see some hilly churls over there messing about. I feel like I should go and kill them, but we'll leave them for now because I'm just enjoying this moment while the sun goes down. Don't have to kill everything I see, do I? Right, and then because I've got these magic powers, I can do this. But it's a bit weird to make me wait until the next day, and then just I have this, that I do that. And then it's done. I think they time-gated it, maybe. It took some time for, like, maybe you do a bit, and it's like, this quest unlocks in another day. Like, in reality, because I leave it for a bit before I do the main quests. But maybe if you're, like, hard up against the coalface of the main quests, it's like, this quest starts in the next 24 hours. Oh, I wish I could do it all now, but I have to wait another day. Let's see what happens tomorrow on Genshin Impact. Maybe it's like that.
How are you feeling? Sleep well?
What? Paimon's talking to me.
Tignari. How do you think we should ask him?
You can ask him, Paimon. You do whatever the fuck you want. I'll take you over there, and you just do what you want, and I'll just back you up. But to be honest, I'm not down on this. I'm not down to clown on the old. Sorry, Paimon. Before we do that, I've got to do this little puzzle. I just have to walk on all the squares and make sure that they all light up. I've missed a load over there though, I think. So I don't know what's going on here. And there's Aranara music, which means I've got to go and deal with an Aranara. Have I fucked this up? Yeah, I fucked this up, look. What, go on. Right, this is the first one. There's a bridge there, but there's no... Like, there's only one bridge from side to side, so I've got to do this side first, haven't I? Like that? No? I've got to do this side first, yeah? Like this. No, it won't let me go there. I think I'll go this way. I don't want to go this way, I want to go this way now. What the fuck? Okay, I hate it. I'm not going to do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark it on the map, and I'm going to come back to it. It's a puzzle that I need to come back to. Look at all these marks on the map. They're all things like that. Challenges and puzzles. We're supposed to be over here doing this quest anyway. So I've magicked into the Birmingham Botanical Gardens. Have I ever been tempted to blow money on the game? Yes and no. There are times when, talking about, you know, I feel unfairly gated. You get these materials, like Mystic Enchantment Ore, all these different materials, and each character requires some ascension, and, I mean, you might know already, but I'm just saying the things that, for example, my talents require these materials, and some of these you get in domains, so you have to run the domains, and that requires resin. You spend resin to run the, like, your basic resource is this resin that replenishes over time. So it's like every day I can do 160 resin worth of stuff. I can maybe do 4 boss kills or 4 domain runs or whatever, however I want to spend the resin. But when it's gone, it's gone. Or I could put money in and get more resin, I suppose. And there are times where I'm grinding something and I think I have to stop now because I'm running out on resin. And I've got fragile resin in my bag, which is like stored resin. It's a consumable. It gives me 60 resin points. But that's free in the game. They're giving them out. But I like to keep it above 20, and I'm dropping below 20 at the moment. I've got condensed resin, which is where I haven't used the resin that's time allotted, and I've saved it up in the bag. But when they're gone, and I can't do any more grinding. I have to wait till the next day. And it means the character ascension, all the materials, all the things that you want. Like, for me, and remember, 300 hours, no money spent, have not hit the wall, really. I hit it once or twice, where I've run out of Mora as well. The in-game, not in-game currency in the shop to buy things like, you know, gacha game stuff, but the actual currency that if I want to ascend a character, I spend coin, in-game Mora coin, that I earn in, you know, like my rewards. I have to spend Mora on stuff as well. So I've hit it a couple of times where I've run out of materials or I've run out of Mora, and I've thought I could just do XYZ if I just put in £5 or £20 or whatever it is. So there have been times where I've been tempted, but not like hard tempted. The other way it hard tempts you is by showing you these cool characters. Like on this test run. If I run out of Primogems, I can't do wishes. So wishes is just lucky dip. You want one, you want to buy this character, so you press like £20 worth of wishes into the machine and you lucky dip and you don't get the character. Oh, surprise. But if you do 80 lucky dips, then you get the character. So it's like the price of that is 250 quid if you want the character. And that's the way you've got to look at it, is you're buying it for 250 quid, but some customers get lucky and get it for 80 quid or whatever. But you want this character because look, she's going to make short work of these chuffers. Look at her, she does that. Oh, isn't it brilliant? So now you want this. You know, they let you have a play on it, a little test drive, so that you want it. So there are moments where we've done that and I've thought this character looks really cool. But the way I look at it is, it's a bit like... It's a bit like most things in life, you know, like you don't have all the different cars, do you? Unless you're really into cars, in which case you're going to struggle to own all the different kinds of car because it's going to run to a load of money. I've got some of these characters and I get to choose which banners to wish on. I save up my primos, and when I think there's a really good character, I wish on it. I want Hu Tao, so when Hu Tao comes round, I'm going to wish on Hu Tao and I'm going to get it. I've got all the wishes saved up, no one can stop me. It's like buying it with free-to-play. You know, you grind up your free-to-play stuff, don't you?
Toodaloo.
But other people who put in money might have this as well. Yeah, I don't have all that as well. But I have got Klee. Definitely got myself. When Klee came round, I wanted Klee. I'd saved up the primos and I got Klee. So it's just about priorities for me. And along the way, you pick up a load of other characters that you might not bargain for, but they come along and you think, fucking hell, that's cool. Rosie, she looks cool. Let's make sure she's got a good weapon. And you grind up. So I'm not disappointed with any part of that. I don't play the gambling game. I don't...
The shield is not enough to...
Like, I think this is a gambling machine stuck on the side. You know, it's like stuck on the side. If you're tempted to give gambling machines a good go and like you spend your primos and think, oh, now what? Like, maybe worry about that. But in general, if you're prepared to just say, I don't have to spend money on this, I'll just enjoy what I get, then you're going to get loads of good stuff. At the moment, I've got enough Primogems. You can't see it under the comments there, but I've got 20,000 Primogems saved up because I haven't wished on the last 3 or 4 banners. So, like, a pay-to-win player, I mean pay-to-win, pay-to-have stuff player, can pay $250 and have this. I've decided not to. I've decided to save up. But if you really want that one, you can wish on that one, or this one, or the weapons. You know, but I don't do that. I just save it all up for when it's good. Yeah, that's like the gacha mechanics. And you may or may not get it. You'd hate it so much. Yeah, the thing is, you got to start. I've talked about this before on stream, but I'll talk about it now because I like talking. It's like you got to think of it not like a shop. Like, this isn't a shop. They called it. There's a shop here, look, and you can put money in to buy these wishes. You have to put the money in the form of these crystals. Don't ever do that. There's another way of doing it where you can do your battle pass, your Welkin Moon. This thing means if you log in, they'll give you free stuff. Make sure you log in every day though, because you want your free stuff, which is a bit of a cheek, but you know, you get it over time. Then there's also the battle pass. Like, if you're committed to a game, I think it's fair.
That's what.
Just like with Fortnite and stuff, here's a battle pass. I get a free one at the top. I'm doing the top line for free. But if you want the better stuff, slightly better stuff, then you put in some money. And the battle pass isn't too bad. During a battle pass, you'll get like 680 primos, plus these free wishes. You'll get about 10 free wishes, which will mean a 4-star character or above. Maybe not the one you want, but you know, you'll get some stuff out of it. So if you're that into it, you know, a battle pass for a few quid, I think it's like 8 quid, 8.99, 17.99 to pay for the battle pass already with 10 levels and all that shit. But like, you know, depending on how much money you want to spend in that way, not so bad. You get more chances at the stuff, but you've got to remember that this isn't a shop. Like, you buy the, like, you're playing in the game. This is an immersive gameplay experience, and I get a lot of cool stuff in the game. Outside the game, if I want characters, which I do, you know, I want these different characters, I have to go in this casino room and roll my primos. When I'm doing it, I'm going in the casino and I'm putting on the chips until they fucking hit win. The casino's got a limit. It's got like a pity limit. So I know that with 28k, if I want that, I'm buying it. That's the way I look at that. It's like a shop, isn't it? But remember, this isn't like McDonald's, like a shop. Imagine you go in McDonald's and you say, I've said this before, but you say, I want a Big Mac, please. And they say, okay, thanks. Here's your primos. You spent your money. Now you've got these gems. Roll them on the machine. And you roll them on the machine and you get chicken burger. And you're like, I don't want chicken burger. You're like, sorry, enjoy your chicken burger. You're like, but I wanted Big Mac. And they're like, well, you can have some more primos. You can do another wish. You do your next wish and it's just like chips. You're like, yeah, they get a lot of that. And then you do another wish and it's chips. And you get a lot of that. So then you end up with like 10 chips, 2 chicken burgers and a milkshake. And you don't want any of that. You want a Big Mac. But that's not how this... It's not a shop. It's a fucking random food generator. So you get... If people want to eat like that, unless you're a millionaire where you keep pressing the button until you get Big Mac, in which case, you know, there's they know there's a statistical, you know, statistically 1 in 1,000 people will get a Big Mac. So unless you're really lucky or a millionaire where you can press the button 7,000 times or whatever, like you're going to walk out with chips and a chicken burger and a fucking salad or whatever the fuck it is you get out of the machine. You've got the choice of waiting till Big Mac is on the menu before you press the button. But like, you know, gacha mechanics as they are here on this added on thing. I don't do any of that, and remember, it's not a shop. So at no point ever considered like spending money on this machine, this gacha machine, thinking, there's the thing I want, that picture, I'll press the button and get it. Unless you've guaranteed you've got all of the wishes that you need to get it. There's a pity timer. Details, look. The percentage is 50%, ooh, which means if you hit a 5-star, you might not get it 50% of the time. You might get something else. But, you know, it's got all the stats. It's all laid out here in confusing numbers. But really, the pity timer hits at about 75, 80. You get all these other 4-star things along the way. Every 10 wishes, you get a 4-star. It might be Bedu or Barbara or Zhangling. But really, you know, what you're actually going to get is off this bigger list. And it's like going in the lucky dip, putting your hand in and getting a rubber snake, and then saying, I don't want a rubber snake, I wanted a fucking toy car. Well, you put your hand in and you pulled out a rubber snake. So now play with that rubber snake and enjoy it, or just fuck off, because your mum's not buying you 2 goes on the lucky dip. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It just seems silly, doesn't it? Like, to be childish about it and say, right, I'm gonna keep buying lucky dips until I get what I want. If that's what you want, if that's the way you want to do it, don't play this game, go in a shop. Like, play a game where you can just buy what you want. Like in Fortnite, you can just buy the skins. Just buy the skins. They don't let you do that here. And if it's going to piss you off, if you're not happy with a random selection of things, then you're going to be pissed off. You can affect the randomness by saving up your primos and only wishing on the banner that you want. I can have him now, but I can't have the next 3 banners in a row. So I've got to be careful about where I wish. So my character list is kind of random in places, but I wanted her. She was the 4-star. I wished until I got her and I stopped. Save the primos. So it can be done. Yeah, I'm a good ambassador for this. For £1 you might get a double burger or a fry. Yeah, exactly. Like, but you're much more likely statistically to get what you don't want. Like, because you can only... The thing is, it's like in Fortnite, right? The way I like... There are loads of reasons I like this game. That's the gacha system on the side of it. I love the game for everything else that it is. For being a massive exploratory adventure with fight combat and different weapons and elements and lands to explore and quests to go on and all that. You know, like Breath of the Wild turned up to 11. I think it's brilliant. But statistically, right, there's another reason I like the game is because now I can just stand here and talk. I can enjoy the scenery and talk, you know what I mean? I like being able to do things at my own pace. Fortnite that I was going to talk about, my sister plays a lot of that. It doesn't allow you to do that. Someone will be shooting at you now. You have to be paying attention. You can't do things at your own pace. Wait in the lobby if you want to talk. In Fortnite, 99 players drop in or 100 players drop in, and at the end of it, one of them is the winner.
Please be careful not to touch the plants here.
So in Fortnite, everyone feels unhappy. except for one person. They feel happy. Everyone else is like, fuck, they just shot me then. Oh, I should have done this, or oh, I thought I shot them first, or whatever. Like, most people are unhappy when they die in Fortnite, but the one person wins. So you've got like a 1% success rate in terms of player happiness and good feeling.
Peace and good health should be enjoyed by all. If I can provide everyone with a life such as this, I will be content.
That's what I'm trying to say. Whereas in this game, everyone feels happy because you all get stuff. If you're happy with the surprise, oh, I did a few rolls and I got this character and wow, they look cool. You know, if you're happy with that surprise, then when you start to build up this roster, and Sucrose I didn't like pick out, but she was on the B list, and I thought I won't go for the main one. I'll get Sucrose. I got her. Managed to get the little ones, the funny little chuffers. Got her. But there's some of them that I got as random, like Goru, Toma, Fischl was given to us all in the game. Benny, Barbara, everyone gets given, and Kuki Shinobi I got as sort of random, although I wanted her. But I've got extra characters here that I'm not even like ascending, not even on my favoured list. So there's something here for everyone, and if you're happy with the sort of randomness of it, you sort of fit your playstyle to whichever characters you get that you think are the best. Yeah, it's really good for that. The £1 double burger or fries that I was going to say as well is that if you feel that you can be happy with stuff like that, then everyone can be happy in Genshin Impact. It can have a 100% success rate. But if statistically, because the stats are like do 10 wishes, don't get what you want, I feel like I should do some wishes now to prove the point. But I haven't got any. You know, I'll press one wish on this and I'll get something fucking awesome. Watch. Just to prove the point. I shouldn't do this because it'll... Which one would I more likely want? Her or him? I more kind of want him, so I'll do it on her because I won't get it, yeah? One wish to show you. Just get something crap. Thank God. Something just crappy bow. I don't want that. So you'd walk in and spend your £1 and you'd be getting chips every fucking time. And you wouldn't keep going back. Whereas with the scratch card, with the lottery, with this, what you do is you get a tenner. You get a Barbara or you get a something. And you think, oh, I did win. I did win. You remember that. And you sort of forget all the ones that were scratched off and you didn't win. But every now and then you win a tenner and that keeps you going back. So it has got like a gambler's addictive pull to it. This does. It's gambling. I'm not putting any money in, so I'm not gambling. But like, yeah, if you want to put money in, there is an option that's not gambling that gives you Prima Gems over time. That's like a battle pass. But yeah, don't put money in. Just enjoy the game. I would actually advise free-to-play game. 100% success rate for feel good. Everyone, there's no pay to win because if you pay for all that stuff, you've got all that stuff. But I'm still beating the game. Like, no one's holding me back. I don't need anything that I have to pay for in order to do this game. Everything that you get in the game for free is good. Plus, you get loads of extra stuff. So, never feel like if you just play a little bit every day, if you don't go too hardcore, and you let a few bits build up over time, like, oh, I need a lot of resin. I'll let that build up over time. All my fragile resins, or, you know, I need to collect 50 of these mushrooms. I'll have to do 3 runs of that over the course of the week, not all at once in one go. Like, if you're prepared to let things pace out a bit, just a little bit, then it's absolutely all there for you on this game, yeah. Used to work at a supermarket and it was crazy how many regulars would... Yeah, regular gambling is fucking... like, there's a... you know how the casino always wins? There's a way of winning at gambling if you've got a compulsion, and it helps people who've got the compulsion in a way. I don't know if it does. I might be tripping on this, but let's say you could feel compelled to spend £10 on a scratch card. I don't know how much they are, £2, £5, £10 on whatever. Like, 10's a good example, yeah? Over the course of, like, a month, you might buy, like, say once every 4 days, or sort of maybe more, like you were saying, you know, regular spending. Like, you put that into regular spending, and, like, you know, you add it up, and then you add up the wins over time, like, and you balance it out. You're spending a lot more than you're making, but you're remembering these things. The other way to do it is, instead of spending that money on the £10 on the scratch card and winning the tenner every now and then, instead you just put it in a savings. Like, you just put it in a different place and say, that's the scratch card money. Do it. You do 2 different months, or like 2 different, like, as comparison test months. or two, you know, and you put the money in the savings instead. And at the end of the month where you gambled it, if you've got more money than you did at the end of the month where you saved it, then go ahead and keep gambling, I guess. But or you
I
know,
will
do a
always
longer
seek to
test.
protect the things that are most
Because if that
important,
month you hit like the 10
no matter
grand,
what it takes,
then it's
even
not a
when
fair
it's
test, is it?
futile.
Maybe. But, you know, on average, most people will have more money in the savings than they will in the gambling pot, won't they? Because they saved it. And another way to look at it is like when we're gambling on horses and things like that, which I tend not to do because I'm vegan. But if someone said, "Do you want to put a bet on?" I'd say, "Right, give me the £2 instead." And then when the horse doesn't lose, that I didn't like. If I bet on the horse and it loses, I lose the money. Whereas if you just give me the money and then the horse loses, I win the money. So just give me the money and I'll win the money. Like that horse is going to lose. I bet on every horse that I bet on to lose. Ergo, I keep the money by not betting on it. Does that make sense? Like it's just I can't quite get it. Like if you can reason it out,
should be enjoyed by all.
That the gamble you're making,
I can provide everyone with a life such as this.
The gamble you're
I
making
would be
is
content.
on the gamble to lose. Like let's say this, right? I was going to put £10 on a horse or a scratch card. Instead, scratch cards are hard because you can't see the result. But let's say horses. I was going to put £10 on a horse. Instead, I'll mark the horse in the newspaper and then I'll put £10 in a drawer. Now, if the horse wins, I need to take the money out the drawer and put it in the gambling drawer because the horse won. I need to put more money in that fucking thing. I would have lost. You know, it's a loss on the thing. If it doesn't, if the horse loses, that money in that drawer is my winnings from not gambling. Do you know what I mean? And like, you know, you do that over time and you build up, because you're now the bank, you're now the casino effectively. You will build up a drawer full of money. Do you know what I mean? And like sometimes you'll win on the horse that you were going to bet on and you go, oh, fuck, I could have won 200 quid there. But in this drawer, there's about £1,000. So I can put £200 into the drawer and it's still your money. You're still winning the money. You know, overall, be the casino, not the punter. And that's a sort of thought experiment way to do it, is to allocate the money to yourself instead of gambling it. Hopefully it can help some people. I don't know if it does help people,
shield
but
is not enough to protect the most important
funny
things.
ideas.
That's why I must also wield a spear.
What am I doing now? I'm eating Tignari. But yeah, this is a really good game. It doesn't require, like Fortnite, I think as well. It's a really good game that doesn't require any spending at all. Some people spend a little bit of money on it. A lot of people don't go too mad, but some people go a bit mad and buy every skin and, you know, get a bit heavy on the spending. This game's got a bit more of a compulsive spending thing to it because your progression at some points is tied up in that. If I have a lot of resources, I can whoosh my character up. But instead you might have to grind it out a little bit in places. But there is a point that no one can escape, which is that there are certain things that can't be bought, but like your time, you have to beat the boss a certain number of times. You can't just buy the thing in the shop. If you want your character to get this talent or whatever, you have to go down the domain and beat the domain. There are certain things that like can't be bought. So, but it's your time that gets bought because you can buy more time in the domain. You can buy more runs at
Peace
the
and
boss.
good health should be enjoyed by all.
You've only got so much time in the
If I
day,
can provide everyone with a life such as...
so I better shut up talking and get on with this.
Shh, keep your voice down. The lilac daphne, a daphne of the genus Thameliaceae, has a strong anticonvulsant effect. Can be made into an anesthetic powder. Extrapolating from these two datasets, it would be particularly potent against Piscine species. Hey, make sure you're getting all this down.
The money in the drawers thing's a good idea. Yeah, like maybe it obviously doesn't work, right? If on day one you hit the fucking jackpot on the bet that you didn't place, and like that's the unluckiest thing in the world, isn't it? But you know, you've got to consider that that's like what gambling is, isn't it? Consistently not hitting the jackpot, and then the day that you don't put the bet on, you do hit the jackpot. Like it's the same bad luck as every other day when you didn't hit it, but like only that could fuck it up. But most statistically, it won't fuck it up, will it? Because you're not going to fucking win the lottery, are you? So statistically, like you put £1 in a drawer every time someone else, and you can do it against someone who gambles as well. Maybe like, you know, like if you keep track of their gambling. Like I don't know about how people live with their spouses and stuff, but you know what I mean. Like for a month, we'll do a test. Every time you put £20 on the horses, I'm putting £20 in the drawer, and like we're going to see who's got the most at the end. Like, yeah. Anyway, probably goes the same for this. I'll tell you what, the other big thing, the other big thought to have about Genshin Impact and gacha, and any game with the gacha, is that if you're old enough to have played a few games in your life, you know, you'll have some favourites over the years. You'll have some games that you might go back to. Skyrim's getting re-released again, isn't it? But you might have to buy it on the new system. This is an ever-present, ongoing service game that, you know, even if you throw away your computer box or your old Xbox or your memory card or whatever, this is on the internet. So you can always get in on your phone or whatever. I get that. You've got an account instead. But at some point, this will be the old game. This will be the game that you played all those years and moved on from. And so did the developers, and so did the world. Like, nothing lasts forever, and certainly not in the fast-paced world of entertainment medium. And this can be great, and it can sort of become big like Disney and expansive with different franchises, and there probably will be a next Genshin Impact from the studio and a next thing and a, you know, more exciting new thing coming along at some point. And this will probably go on for the people that care about it in a sort of World of Warcraft classic sort of way. New people will always want to play Genshin Impact. There'll probably always be servers. I don't know if forever the gacha system will always be making money. Maybe at some point they just say, like, fuck it, the characters are just available to buy from now on, and there it is, Genshin Classic or whatever. But at some point you yourself will probably move on from, even if you're still engaged in the joy of video games, the joy of gaming, the joy of Genshin, like, you'll probably move on at some point. And with investment in other things, like, we've still got our Xboxes and our GameCubes and things like that that retain sentimental value to us, that we like to get out sometimes and actually play, but also have actually some sort of collector value, strangely enough, all these years later. I wish I'd kept all the boxes. But you know what I mean? Like, there is some intrinsic value in having an item, and unless games like this end up using NFTs or something, which there's a whole, you know, negative slant on NFT gaming, isn't there? But unless there's some way to physically monetize your account so that, and we're not allowed to sell our accounts and to trade items, but, you know, all the money you put into this, or for me it's time, and the stuff that I've got in the game is a result of the time I've put into the game. But all that stuff, it doesn't exist. Do you remember all the DVDs you bought? Do you remember all the fucking video cassettes you bought? Do you remember all the CDs you bought? Do you remember buying that music again and then paying a subscription so you can listen to it on Spotify? Like, it just, you know, eventually none of this will matter. And you'll possibly look back, this is to anyone with any gacha gaming, you know, you'll possibly more likely look back and think, like, there's two worlds. One world where you spent a fuckload of money and you look back and think, oh, I wish I hadn't spent that load of money. And it's four worlds. And one world where you look back and think, I'm really glad I spent that loads of money. Really glad I spent fucking loads of money on that game that I don't play anymore. I imagine thinking back on your old Xbox or your old Call of Duty account, or name the thing that you used to play all those years ago and you don't play it anymore, but it was big. I used to play a lot of FIFA. Imagine if I'd spent 20 grand on FIFA back then. Or imagine a life where you have 20 grand or whatever the snowballing sum is that people end up spending on these games over time. Because it's a 5-year project, a 4-year project. People get invested with it over time. So you spend a little bit every month, but over the months it adds up. Like, imagine you just had that money instead. Or you'd invested it in something different. Like, there aren't many people who are going to say, I'm really glad that I spent 20 grand back then on this thing that I don't do any... Like, I don't even log on to Genshin Impact anymore. My life has changed. The world has changed. There are so many cool things. The Hoyoverse are bringing out this new cool thing. I want to play that. I don't want my Genshin... Like, I can't live in Genshin Impact all my life. For now, it's brilliant, and it's, you know, everything has its moment. Everything has its day. And it might be a generational thing, and it might last for years. But there will come a point in most of our lives where, unless it's got some physical value, some sentimental value, if it's just some kilobytes in a server that I own in some way, then maybe it wasn't worth spending all that money on it. You know, if you're into, dare I say it, motorbikes, I think are dangerous. You know, say dangerous. I've got a relative who lost his life off a motorbike. But, you know, hobbies like that where someone, like, you know, might be tinkering in their garage with actual mechanical parts, because we're talking about mechanical things here, aren't we? That's why that came up in my mind, you know, having maybe you've got, you know, you're into cars and you buy an old car and restore it. You've got that car then, haven't you? But I think video gaming isn't a lost pursuit. I think there's a lot of intellectual benefit from gaming. I think there can be. I think it can really cover some areas that other mediums can't, and other hobbies can't. So I think, and socially as well. So I think gaming is very valuable, but the actual physical games themselves, unless you, because we used to have cartridges, and I still got a load of things that I own, but increasingly more, I don't actually own anything, and I put money into things that one day I'm not going to pick up my Switch anymore and log onto that account. So what's going to happen with the stuff I owned? Where's my printed out receipt of, you know, if I want the music again, I have to pay to download it again, I suppose, even though I bought the vinyl and the CD. So it's a funny old world, and I just appeal to anyone who is considering putting lots of money into this, just considering a world where you put in the same future. I didn't put all the money into this. I've got 10 grand, and I had a really great time on Genshin Impact. I didn't feel like I missed out, really. I played it, had a great time. I used Amber, and then I got Wet Boy, and I used these, and I really wanted this one character, but imagine in 10 years' time, you really wanted this one or two characters. Is that going to sting you? Are you going to be hurt by that in 10 years' time, or are you not going to give a fuck? You're not going to give a fuck, so I didn't get Tignari. This is a good example. This guy we're running around with now, I didn't get him. His banner's come and gone. He might get put into the game in another way that I might be able to get him later through a different, you know, he might go on the standard banner or something, but at the moment he's gone. And I don't think I'll feel bad, just don't care. And I won't feel bad in 20 years' time. But if I spent like $1 grand rolling for Tignari and all his weapons and his stats and all that, if I spent $1 grand on it, and that was the difference between paying my electricity bill or, you know, fixing that thing that broke down, or the vet bill, or whatever the thing is that you didn't have the grand for, or the difference between propelling yourself into a slightly better place because you had that extra £1,000, you're going to kick yourself, aren't you? So don't put it into this stuff, and gambling in general. Yeah.
Oh, I thought I told you all to keep your voices low. Plants aren't afraid of noise, but your shouting is making my ears ring.
You didn't disassemble Karkata?
Why would I do that?
But Paimon thought you said, according to the Academia's policies...
So that's why you two barged in like barbarians at this hour. Fine, I suppose I wasn't clear enough about this yesterday. What I meant was, according to the Academia's policies, all products of research must be destroyed. That's why we can't let the Academia discover that place. Anyway, the first thing I did was repair Karkata.
This is all going wrong.
During my time at the Academia, I took an elective course at the Spontama. Who knew it would prove useful one day?
Now he can do everything. I don't think it's a good idea to get these... As far as I'm concerned, every one of these robots that we've met has been hostile. And this one's just gone through its worst day of its life, so I don't know if it's a good idea.
We then buried Abatui together. After organizing the research materials, I kept some as a souvenir. I'm not with the Academia, so what do their policies have to do with me? On the other hand, I am the Forest Watcher of the Avidya Forest. I have a duty to protect all life in the forest. All life brought forth in this world has meaning, and Karkata is no exception. If it exists, then it shouldn't be carelessly abandoned or destroyed.
So now we are ascribing sentience to this mechanical being, and we're treading into some dangerous waters, because I killed these on the daily.
That's great! Wait, you just said life form. You recognize Karkata as a true living being now?
But this is the only one with the special tech in its brain, isn't it?
The possibility exists, is all. It's hard to explain Karkata's efforts to repair Abatui. Abatui only left behind a small portion of his research. Who knows how many commands he installed? Maybe a conflict between all those commands resulted in this sort of behavior. From a more rigorous perspective, it is impossible to conclude that Karkata is a real life form. But the possibility exists. I am willing to believe in that.
Fuck, that's heavy, isn't it? Right, so imagine if you're, like, your artificial intelligence toaster, like, you're not sure, like, if Alexa exists or not. You're not sure. Just one sec. Give myself the creeps now. Oosh. You're not sure if Alexa exists, right? So, I went to check Alexa. Right, you're not sure if she exists. So, if you switch her off, you weren't sure, but she could. You know, she could exist. So, are you murdering Alexa when you turn her off? Is it a new Alexa that comes back on the next time? Is the old one dead? And are you going to be held responsible for all those murders when the artificial intelligence overlords take over? It's weird, isn't it, that if you're not sure, should you make the decision to be fully certain? Certainly, with all the mechanical items that we have in our world at the moment, yeah, we're sure, aren't we? Are we? How much intelligence does a chess computer need till it's sentient? That bloke thought that Google chatbot was sentient, didn't they? So we're getting to the point where we can create something that comes very close to being questioned and questionable. And at that point, it becomes a bit of a question. Because if you're not sure, is it okay to kill it? And then that's the basic principle of veganism in a way. That like people ask you all sorts of funny questions, like, you know, would you kill an ant, or, you know, is it okay to, you know, generally, I don't want to kill anything, but I'm not going to, if I stepped on an ant, or the other day Mum stepped on a snail and I wasn't like horrified or affected. It's bad for the snail, but like life goes on for me. But you know, if you have to decide, should we kill all those snails, or, you know, should we XYZ those animals? Like, if you're not sure if it's going to be going through all that suffering and pain and have all these actual life goals and thoughts, and like, if you're not sure, should it be okay to just be like, yeah, I'm not really 100%, but fuck it, let's veer on the side of fucking destruction? Right, Tignari's making a point here, isn't he, with this mechanical thing? But it's interesting that we give it the benefit of the thoughts about the mechanical thing. That's what we haven't got a piggy here to reflect upon, as in the game we're allowed to kill the piggies and cook them for meat chops, but should be a piggy as well, shouldn't it? There now, we should replace that with a dog or a piggy or a cow, and then have the same conversation.
By the way, I'm not interested in continuing research on this subject. I'm just letting it hang out here because this place is relatively secluded. But as things stand now, it wouldn't be a bad idea to make it my research assistant.
Yeah, no one would fuck with you then.
At the very least, it can record my experiments. What do you think?
And when you're dead, it will try and repair you with putting batteries up your bumhole. Quest completed, to be continued. So that doesn't sound very complete, does it, if you immediately say to be continued? But 60 primos, that's how you know we're complete. Run away. Don't stay there any longer. Run away from that. It's a fucking nut house. He's got a giant mechanical crab that he thinks he's alive. He's been out. He's out for the birds, mate. He's been out for the birds. He's totally lost it. Needs some fresh air again. Needs some fresh air. There's Kemia. You having some fresh air, are you, love? Hey, you having some fresh air? Don't look at me like that, Eggy. I'm gonna go up in the little Wendy house, the little summer house. Can I buy things off you now, you merchant? No. Not much of a merchant then, are you? Shit merchant. Not a merchant where you can buy feces, but just a bad merchant. I can sit, look, I'll have a sit, that's better. There we go, that's better. Sitting after a long day's adventuring, what could be nicer than a nice...
Back about my application.
Shut up about your application, I'm having a moment to myself here. A nice sit in the Wendy house. Architecture. Croissant on my head there. Big croissant all on my head. Sat on the Wendy house. In the Wendy house. On the wooden bench. If you're so worried about your application, why don't you get out there and do something about it, you chuffer, instead of standing there.
When will I hear back about my application?
They're never going to talk to you back about your application if you stood there. That's the bad... That's the only place... If you're standing on this Wendy house, no one here's ever heard back about their application on the Wendy house. That's why. It's the Wendy house that's the problem. You need to fuck off. That's why. I'm going to go and sit on the other bench. It's going to be in the sun. There we go. That's nicer. Much nicer. Little croissants. She needs to get in the sun because she hasn't got any clothes on, so she'll be cold. She should have brought a coat. I should check the primo tally, but we checked it just a minute ago. We've got an extra 60. 21, 4, 2, 3. Loads. But down one big wish, because we popped a big wish, which was silly, but we did it. We're not doing it again. Not unless we get 3 wishes. You get loads of free wishes though. When you rank up a character, you get 2, 3. And 10 equals a guaranteed 4-star, which is a character or a good weapon. So 10 wishes, even on the standard banner. And you probably get a character or a good thing at least once a month. Even if you're not paying any money. So standard banner here. That's where I get most of my stuff, I suppose, isn't it? But every now and then, we pop a load of... It's like thrift shop. I'm going to pop them things. I only got $20 in my pocket. So if we pop those tags on one of these, if it come round and I really wanted it, you know, if I thought she was the fucking shit, then I could spend all these primos and have it. So it does come round. Next one in about 17 days might be the one. Might be the banger. Let's see if I can do any throwing around of some... The other nice thing about it is you do earn a little bit of experience in the field, but you have to level up like this. You give them these books. Again, you can buy these from the shop. Well, you can buy the crystals in the shop and then buy the packages of goodies that open up and give you these books, but you earn them in the game, so that's how you get experience, isn't it? But you don't have to decide. You don't have to... She did all the killing, but all the books can go to one of these other characters if I want. I can give them to somebody else entirely. She needs ascending. I've got these materials that I've been saving up. So she's going to get ascended. And then I'm going to get a free wish off that. See what I mean? As you level up the characters. And now I need more of that. A bit more grind. But as you level up the characters and you give them these little books. So she hasn't been out in the field, but I want to level her up. So I'm giving her the experience books. But I'm also going to give today's haul, that's a little haul of books today out of those quests that we did. I'm also going to push one of these top level characters up. Because it takes a lot more books at the top level to get up to the line. So I'm going to give this top level character a couple of little tax books. Just little book tax. Only a little bit. But as you keep doing that, your top level characters will eventually top out to 90. But I've got people on the list down here who are desperate for books to get into the squad, so she's mainly her and her are on the list. And then when they get to about 70, they're about squad worthy. So all these lot are squad worthy. All these characters are my totally capable, get in there and kill, have a good time, different talents and abilities squad. Closely followed by these chuffers. And then there's these chuffers who aren't really getting any love. And I got one free wish. So the free wishes go on this banner. And it's a crappy book. But you do it 10 times, the 10th one will be something good. And my history is that I got something good just a couple of wishes ago, so I can't expect anything good for a couple of wishes time, so no worries. And we've done over 3 hours now, so that kind of concludes what I said we set out to do today, Archon quests. I've still got to do this, Nadia's help. We've still got to do the main thing, Academia and Fatui, set off on another journey. I thought we'd be off doing that today, but there's always tomorrow. And the other thing about Genshin Impact is there is so much content. There is fucking so much content. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be heading out from Caravan Rebat here, and I assume we're going to be heading into this desert, the village of outcasts, into this desert and doing some business. And I assume the chuffers from the desert, the big characters that were recently on the banners that I didn't really wish for, Candice of whom is one, I assume these chuffers are going to provide us with some cavalry. We're going to return from the desert with an army and take down these chuffers up at Sumeru City who have been doing this bad chuffing stuff today. We're going to have a big fight, I hope. I hope anyway. I hope we're going to gather the forces from the desert. And the desert is fucking cool. I'll remind, let's just have a quick, because someone new today. I just want to sing the praises of Genshin Impact. I'm just going to have a quick
I am
tour.
right by your side.
Look at this.
But if you're still nervous, just take my hand.
You can run up to that and climb up the fucker if you want. And everyone will want to. Look at it. Out in the desert. The desert is cool. Massive, expansive. Go out on a wander, have some fun. You don't get to do that immediately. You'll start in Mondstadt, but don't worry, because Mondstadt itself is an absolute joy to, take your time. Don't rush ahead because the desert's there. It'll all be there to get there. You'll get there when you get there. But Mondstadt itself is a joy. City of Wind. It's your starter zone, isn't it? You need a starter zone because you're not going to be... Oops. Leave that, thanks. You're not going to be smashing everyone's head in straight off, but there's the big city. These are the open plains. A few mountains. Some silly bitty hilly churls for you to get wrecking. Start earning the respecting.
Don't blink.
Everything will level as you level. So don't worry, these hilly churls are still fun to kill now. After all this time.
Hey! Life goes on.
But they don't put up so much of a fight, they've just got a bit more health. But still like killing my hilly churls. Glorious city of Mondstadt, full of adventure and joy, teaching you all the ropes, the basics, getting you set up, ready for the big adventure ahead. Take on a big boss, sort things out for everyone. Big city, big place, happy days. Inazuma, I mean, you'll unlock all this in your own time and in your own way. Inazuma down here is like another thing entirely. It's all like Japan and it's fucking cool. You'll get to this, so don't worry. There's just all sorts of fucking cool stuff going down over here. Look at the place. Whoa. This is one particular island that I find particularly stunning. I just think it's fucking cool. Loads of shit goes on. Oh look, here's some of those mechanical crabs that we've been killing. So now, see, I told you, I do a lot of these, I kill a lot of these. Do I feel bad about this? Should I feel bad? Because I'm killing these every time I see them in the wild, but...
Do your work!
It's mainly about killing them. If anything, I'm on for killing them all the time. Anyway, I'm doing you a little tour. So, Liyue is one of my favourite places in video games, I think. From the literally above the clouds, peaks, and they're clouds in game that you can fly through. Above the clouds, peaks, beautiful locations like this. From that to Liyue Pool. Where's Liyue? Savage Tianqi Valley. Leave me alone, Tianqi Valley. Liyue Pool. Moving down through the landscape. Beautiful rice fields and rocky outcrops. This is Liyue. There's not a lot of water, there's a lot more land and things to go and explore. But Liyue Pool is one of the features. There are water feet, there is water in the landscape, but what I'm saying is, like here, there's a bit of a sea, and that's a bit of a shame to me because I can't go and walk in it. It looks like map, but it's not map. And like over here, it looks like map, but it's not map. But you need to separate this island so it is separate. I get that. But you also do want some rivers and lakes and things to have to navigate around and through. But you don't want it to be too much a chunk out the map where nothing happens, because I find it just a bit sad to be bits missing where you can't run around and have more stuff. But it sets a nice balance, the waters of Liyue and Liyue Harbour and the big city. Is like I said, I think this is one of my favourite places in video games. I think they've done such a good job on the character, the design. Visiting Liyue always feels pleasant and kind of like homely. All the questing and all the stuff we did around Liyue was all fun and good. I kind of tried to push through it really hard because I was keen to get to Inazuma because I had a character I wanted to upgrade, but like it does deserve saying that it's worth just taking your time over it and enjoying it. God, all the stuff that went down through Liyue Harbour. And they've just stuck this on, just by the way, oh, here's the next. It's ever expanding. There's a 4-year limit, but it's a continual ever expanding universe. So this new area, Sumeru, the rainforests that we've been going through today, and the desert that we started our little tour on, just chucked in as one expansion there. So I don't know what to expect. There's a lot more to come though. And yeah, it's a fantastic game for free. I sing its praises all the time. And with that, I think we're done for the day. What about the character modes? They see there is a little bit. Okay, I'll tell you what. It's been levelled at. I even started today by talking about Kung Fu. It's been levelled at the game that it's a waifu simulator. And there are some games that are waifu simulators if you want that sort of thing. If you want that sort of thing and you also want an ARPG that's all these other things that I've just described, then, you know, come and play Genshin Impact. If you just want a waifu simulator and you're just up for some, like... it's a bit like saying, in a way, like, I get it, but... let me choose some characters. Loading interrupted. Come on, loading. We'll have Lisa, I suppose, out of my list. I haven't got loads of like
taking me out?
sexy characters, but some of them are a bit more like she's dead. Who have I got that's a sexy character? I was going to put her on, but she's dead. But like Lisa, for example. Like, you know, definitely designed to be a bit sexy. She's wearing stockings, for Christ's sake. She's got her boobies bouncing. Like, there are some characters that are more on that side of things that you can see where people say, like, you know, what you call it, waifu simulator, and, you know, try and look up their skirt when they do the climbing, and she might make a noise when she's climbing. Thought she might make a noise. Like a noise, there you go. But like, you know, she's got to make a noise while she's climbing, so sometimes they like feel a little bit but in the main, I think what they've done is they've trodden the line just to the right sort of level, maybe a bit too sexified and maybe a bit too body morphic, unrealistic. You know, it's not got a very diverse range of characters from certain perspectives. It has in certain perspectives. For example, one of the women is a lawyer, and this one is a librarian. They have a diverse range of roles and personality traits, but they don't have a diverse range of body shapes. And it's like little ones. I mean, they've got character models that they build the characters off, haven't they? But you've got little ones, and medium ones, and taller ones. And in the main, the women are kind of sexified a bit. Like, they are trying to sell it, aren't they? It's definitely not a waifu game, though, because at the same time, all this other stuff that I've been saying about how good it is today, and at the same time, I could put my...
Chivalry will
maybe
never
you could call
die.
this husbandos or something, but I could put together a squad of, like...
Where are we headed this time?
You know, not waifus.
Can I go catch
Maybe
up
some
on
people
my
think of
sleep?
children as waifus, so I don't know, but obviously I certainly don't. That's why I put her in, but just to be even, you know, more obtuse about it.
I'm on the case.
Like, you know, you don't have to play this game as a...
Ready when you are.
...sex simulator. It can be just a kung fu game, but some of the characters have different traits, and I would agree that a lot of them, like, she's wearing stockings.
I can do it.
So that's a bit strange. Why isn't she just wearing normal boots? She's wearing nice boots. I like her boots, but stockings. But then you've got some children, so that can't be sexified, can it? Or maybe it is for some people. I don't want to go there. A maid is a very...
As you wish.
Like, I don't know. Some of them, I'm not so happy with their characterization, but others, I'm very happy that they're like... She's the head of the Liyue Qixing, and she wears elegant clothes, and they're not... totally sexified. She's the fucking head of the Liyue Qixing. Like, she's top brass. So, you know, she's supposed to be a bit like that. Like, Lisa is a bit sexy in her character, because, like, she kind of is a bit of a little, you know, bookish sauce pot. Amber's not sexy in her character. Like, she doesn't do sexy things.
At the ready.
She's much more peppy and preppy. So there's a range, and I suppose they do cover, you know, for those that want that, they do cover that sort of area. And if you just, I suppose if you walked in and I was playing Genshin Impact and I had Amber and Lisa switching in and out, you know, you might be like, what's going on here? But for me, it's not really about that, so I don't draw that out of the game, if that makes sense. And I think for most things in media, you could have a bit of that. You know, I kind of think about pop music and how many artists are sexualized, and, you know, without even opening up that debate.
This world is full of unsolved mysteries. Something's come up?
Where's my little healer? No, you're a healer, but the wrong one. Yeah, they are.
What's happening?
What's happening? Yeah, so you could say that about most things in life, I suppose, couldn't you? So there is that as well to consider. For me, it's not that. And it's just up to you how you feel about media, you know, about this media, about any media, whether you want to have a crack at it. Most people, for free, can play it. There's nothing holding you back from having a look at yourself and deciding what you think is there. That's probably the best way to do things in life, that, especially when they're free. But don't get addicted to the gambling. It's lovely, isn't it? Look, I'm well impressed. Take my little photo. Yeah, I like a bit of Genshin Impact. Make sure to find us, well, you have found us on YouTube, so that's why you've come here. Monday it'll be thus. Tomorrow it'll be another day of Genshin Impact Archon questing, probably. I might be tempted to do some other stuff, bits and pieces. I've started doing drum and bass on the decks. I don't know whether it's going to be on Twitch or YouTube or whichever one's easiest for copyright, because I don't know how the copyright's going to work with playing other people's music on the decks, but we're doing that, and we've got variety and, you know, all that sort of stuff. As I'm talking, the sun's setting, so maybe we should look at this picture again, because it's fucking glorious. Lovely pictures. Lovely, lovely stuff. And I wanted to say as well, in terms of gaming, I did say in this episode that I discovered Genshin Impact almost by accident. Wanted to play it because I wanted to have an opinion on it, and I wanted to... Opinions are like arseholes, everyone is one, and so am I, so I wanted to play it and have my little pennyworth. But I didn't make a review about it. Instead, I talk about it for hours and hours on streams where I'm playing it, because the game never ends and I've never finished with things to say about it. And sometimes I repeat myself, and other times I'm formulating or crystallising an opinion that makes more sense the more times I say it. Genshin Impact is great. I'm really enjoying it. But I do want to make sure I keep playing other games. I do want to make sure that I keep experiencing the new stuff and bringing indie treasures to the fore, other stuff like that. So I keep saying it, that, like, watch out for me playing other games. It's more likely that I'll be playing them on Battery Exhausted, the B-side channel. Maybe I should use... Oh, I already made this a mistake of doing all this stuff on Ganji Kid, which I might change to... Like, Genshin Impact might need its own channel, or maybe I put all that... It already is what it is anyway. Look, over on Battery Exhausted, my B-side channel, in the upstairs room on the laptop, I've got a B-side stream, and I can do whatever I want on the B-side stream. At the moment, it's just a rough webcam in an upstairs attic bedroom, but it's going to improve. But as it improves, whatever, I'm going to be up there. If I want to play a different game on the random, I might start things out like Medieval Dynasty. I did a stream of that there, and YouTube binned me off for copyright reasons for looking at a video of some lions hunting. But Medieval Dynasty is a different game entirely. So, and I've got some Rome War games to play. Rome War, and I want to play Fallout New Vegas as well on stream. Be a Roman warrior in Fallout New Vegas. So maybe I start them off on Battery Exhausted, get things running there, bring them over to the mainstream, or maybe I'll play them on the mainstream. I don't know what I'm shilling here at the moment, really. I don't know what I'm promoting. What I'm saying is just keep watching all the content that I provide on all the different channels, please. Because I'm still confused as to exactly where to mainline and do what, but we certainly know that on the Ganji Kid channel at the moment, the most successful thing for me, is streaming live. Where am I? Streaming live about rabbit hole stuff on YouTube. Because I haven't been streaming Genshin Impact, I've been uploading it, and YouTube would prefer I just stream it. If I streamed on Genshin Impact on YouTube, I'd get more views on it than uploading it. It's just a fact. So, I don't know, maybe I'm shooting myself in the foot. Maybe I should have my own YouTube stream, Genshin Impact. But we're affiliated on Twitch, and you know it's good to be on both camps. Twitch feels like the place for gaming, doesn't it? So I'm a Genshin Impact streamer on Twitch, but I'm all this other stuff as well. And like I said, at one point, someday, we'll put the game down and Genshin Impact won't be the main thing. So the other stuff will all continue. I'll still be me, and I'll still be a streamer. So I've got this streaming channel where I am me, and I'm a streamer. So it's a variety channel, because I do a variety of things. I think that's quite good, actually. I think we'll stick with that. I keep don't know. Ugh. But I'll be uploading the Genshin Impact videos to here, as well as doing this other variety stream. This Monday will be a new episode of Thus. And if I want to play any random things or do something strange or random, I'll just be doing it on Battery Exhausted on the B-side channel. Maybe react. What I intended for this initially was that I'm up there anyway. I'm watching some YouTube videos and I'm playing a game like Medieval Dynasty. Why don't I just stream the fucker? And that's because sometimes I don't feel like talking as much. But if I'm watching a video about Eddie Hearn there, talking about Parker versus Joyce, I might want to chat about whether Parker's going to knock out Joyce or whatever. Some people might want to turn up and just, you know, watch the stream. So I do sometimes stream the B-side. You be good, my little puckos. You be good. And if you can't be good, then you're naughty.